It's time for the Trucker John live stream. Gonna be a good time. Oh yeah. The Trucker John live stream. Come along for a good time. It's a good time, good time, good time, good time. Trucker John live stream. Gonna be a good time. Gonna be the time of your life. Gonna talk some shit. Hush your mouth. Gonna talk a little smack. Gonna talk whatever comes of it. You're gonna always wanna come back. Well, yeah, it's the Trucker John live stream. He's the biggest, baddest, funniest mother you've ever seen. Watch your mouth, he's headed south. Not even sure what that means, but if it's one thing I know, the Trucker John live stream is the best thing you've ever seen. It's time for the Trucker John live stream. Gonna be a good time. Oh yeah. The Trucker John live stream. Come along for a good time. It's a good time, good time, good time, good time. Trucker John live stream. Gonna be a good time. Gonna be the time of your life. Gonna talk some shit. Hush your mouth. Gonna talk a little smack. Gonna talk whatever comes of it. You're gonna always wanna come back. Well, yeah, it's the Trucker John live stream. He's the biggest, baddest, funniest mother you've ever seen. Watch your mouth, he's headed south. Not even sure what that means, but if it's one thing I know, the Trucker John live stream is the best thing you've ever seen.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've been waiting for. Trucker John.
Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear the lawnmower? Apparently they're mowing the dirt. All right. Good morning, everybody. Let's see. If you guys can hear me, give me a thumbs up. I want to make sure everything's working okay. I'm excuse me. I'm still eating. I'm still getting situated in here. Okay, I got a thumbs up from Human F Being. Thank you so much for that thumbs up. Look, guys, here's what's going on. I might have to. Who knows? At any moment now, I might have to get up and leave. I don't know. I woke up this morning um, to about probably at least a good, I don't know, quarter of an inch of water on the floor. Uh, I got up to go use the restroom, and I saw also I see this water like in the bathroom and coming out of the bathroom, and so I thought, oh, there must be some sort of leak in the bathroom or something. And then, but then when I looked around more, it wasn't coming from the bathroom. It's actually coming from the kitchen or the living room. I don't know, because the whole kitchen and part of the living room is like flooded with water, like a half an inch of water, or not about a half an inch. It's probably maybe a quarter of an inch. I don't know. I didn't measure it, but it's there. It's standing water, and I was like, "Oh my God, what the hell is going on here?" So I spoke with maintenance. I tried to call maintenance. For some reason, it wouldn't go through. The call wouldn't go. It kept bouncing me around on like voicemail stuff. And then I knew that it was getting close to the show time here, so I just got in the car. I was going to go to the car and go down the corner and get me a Jack in the Box breakfast sandwich here, which I am now eating. And on the way to the car, the maintenance guy was out there, and I know who he is. I've seen him far too many times probably lately. So I go, hey, look, there's a bunch of I got a bunch of water in my. I just woke up and there's like the house is flooded, and he goes, yeah, we know about this. He goes, I think he called it a slab leak. He goes, we got a slab leak. And I go, a slab leak? He goes, yeah. He goes, there's the water's coming up from somewhere underground, because I guess he had just come from another unit, the unit behind me. The same thing's happening with them. So maintenance is aware of it. He said they're calling out a plumber. And it's not Boston Brian. I know we would all like to see Boston Brian come out here, but it's not Boston Brian. I don't know who it is. It must be, maybe it's Las Vegas Larry or something. I don't know. So maintenance knows about it, and he said he was going to come by and look at it, later on or whatever. So I don't know. So I might get a knock at the door. Just a heads up. I might get a knock at the door, and where it's maintenance, so I might have to get up and deal with that. All right. So I've got plumbing issues. They're still going on, and it's kind of ridiculous, And now I got to eat in front of you guys. But let me I'll finish this sandwich up. And so that's what's going on. Let me say hi to folks here in the chat. We got Tom Bias here. Hey, TJ. Hey, everyone. Now, this is not starting at the beginning. I was looking earlier. I know that the very first chat, people in chat, I'm not seeing. It doesn't scroll all the way up to the very, very beginning. And so I know that I saw Mo Yeager in here. Our friend from Germany was in there. I just saw the post about how they saw that I had watched the movie that they had recommended. So thanks for that recommendation. It was a very good movie. I talked about it yesterday. It was called You've Been Trump Too or something like that. I forget now. And it was just another example of Donald Trump being just a piece of shit, how he treats other people. But yeah, let me see. We've got Roxanne here. Jolie's here. Thanks, Jolie, for being here. Williams in the chat, in the driver's lounge. We try to keep it to that theme, since I even put a picture. The show card is a real, actual driver's lounge at a Schneider facility. I believe that one was up in North Salt Lake City or something. Let's see. I think that's where that one was. Tom Bias is here. Cian is here. Human F Being is here. Teresa, TAK. Good to see Teresa. Thanks for being here in the driver's lounge, hanging out with us today. Carrie C is in driver's lounge. Who else we got going on here? Pamela. Alvin Stoop hanging out here with us in the driver's lounge. Thank you so much. Bonnie Thompson's over here. Serinda Monkey, I can hear you, but what's worrying is I can see you eating. I know. It's bad form. I know. But today, cut me a little slack. I'm under emergency situations here. I'm toenail deep in water. Cheers, mate. All right, MJ Daniel. Tom Bias says, I've got a leaky faucet in my bathroom and getting prepared mentally for at least $500. I don't know what the hell's going on here. I mean, if you guys recall, there was a leaky ceiling. They apparently found that leak from the ceiling, and so that's not leaking anymore. But they still have to repair because they cut out a big section of the ceiling to get to find the leak or look for the leak. They're supposed to take care of that on Friday, they said, for that, which would be tomorrow. But now today I wake up and we've got this slab leak. So who knows what's next, you know? Pamela says, make sure you have batteries in your boat. Yeah. Teresa, sorry about that. It sucks leaking. Yeah, it's weird. Barney Thompson says, I'm eating too, some mac and cheese in a cup. That sounds good. Mac and cheese is always a good, one of my favorite comfort foods, I guess you call it. Mike H says, good morning or afternoon. Well, good. I believe it's afternoon for Mike H now, so good afternoon to Mike H. MJ Daniel, seems that DJT was born like this and his upbringing only made him worse. DJT is a royal fuck up. There's Mo Yeager. Says good evening or morning or day. Certain Monkey says, so if you are filming porn, it's fine. I'm pretty sure we don't care about your private life, but this is far too many plumber-related incidences. I don't know what that has to do with porn, but okay, whatever. Maybe it's some English term for porn and plumbers or something. I don't know. Let's see. Michael Beandros says Ukraine is having major success inside Russia. And Tina Peters got convicted of 7 of 10 charges. I don't really know who Tina Peters is. I don't really keep up with all these sensationalized trials and stuff. But I am glad that Ukraine is continuing to kick ass on Russia. Go Ukraine. Or Slava Ukraini, as they like to say. Let's see. Mad Mac is here. Mad Mac says, getting ready for Verstappen's next race at CN. Oh yeah, so CN. Hello. If I didn't say hello to CN, hello CN. That's our friend from the Netherlands. All right. I'm sorry about that. I know watching people eat is not the most pleasant thing. Bonnie Thompson says that Surrender Monkey would be fun to have as a neighbor. I'm not so sure about that. It might be, you know, it might be cute at first, but about the sixth or seventh time that you have to step over him because he's passed out in your lawn or something or your sidewalk, it might get a little old. I don't know. Michael McAndrews says that Tina Peters is the election official. Okay, who let maggots come and take voter equipment and data from her district. All right, that okay. So I should be. That's one of the ones I should be watching, or should be. So thanks for bringing that to my attention. Um, so that's good. She got found guilty or convicted of 7 of 10 charges. Good. I hope they lock her up like for as many years as they can to send a message loud and clear to anybody else who's thinking about it. They say they've got these 70, I don't know, poll workers or election people or whatever. You can tell I'm really on top of things today. So they need to really, really, really throw the book at her and let everyone know this is what you got coming. Fuck around and find out. As Darcy says, she frick around with elections and found out. Allowed Pillow Guy and others to see data. They released that information. Yeah. So I say lock her up and send a message loud and clear. Surrender Bucket says, I'm pretending to be a farmer and a miner on this game 7 days to die. I flooded my base and I keep dying. My point is I'm not qualified as a farmer or a miner and fucked it up. Donald should quit. So there you go. That was my interpretation of Surrender Monkey. CN says, at Mike H, hi there, yes, and did you hear about the Nord Stream? Zelensky knew about it, but they did not listen to him to defend the pipeline. I heard a little bit about that. Okay. All right. I'm done eating. You guys don't have to watch me stuff my pie hole. But I will be slurping some coffee every now and then. I did make myself a cup of coffee. Aight. Okay, so I guess Gus is here because I don't know if I said hi to Gus, but people are saying hi, Gus. Oh, there's Gus. Didn't mean to skip over you. Hello to Gus. Good to see you. Welcome to the Driver's Lounge. Let's see. Who else we got here? Tom Bias, Ukrainian nuns. Sort of like I says, hey, I'm a nice neighbor. I fitted a TV to a lady's wall last week, and I let her use my Amazon account for Alexa this week without charge, and give access to my Wi-Fi to others. I'm a lovely neighbor. All right. You're making your case. All right, I get it. MJ Daniel says, effing around with our elections should have serious consequences. I agree. Absolutely. I hope they lock that bitch up for a long, long time. Send that message out as I tongue jet, I guess. Um, you know. Tristan Sheesh is here. I don't believe I've seen Tristan in the driver's lounge before, so I just want to say welcome to the driver's lounge. I hope that you'll give me a thumbs up and a like. Well, that's the same thing, isn't it? A thumbs up and a subscription. Hit the sub button. Those are really free. It takes barely a second to do. And you can share the show. That might take a little bit longer, but it does help the show. We got 34 watching and only 31 thumbs up. So a few folks haven't hit that thumbs up. If you hit that thumb up for me, that would be so wonderful. Tristan Sheesh says, Trucker John, have you heard of Moscow's illegal spy program? They take death certificates, I guess, and fabricate birth certificates out of them. FBI calls them ghosts. Can they freaking vote? I've never heard of this. So this is happening in America? So this is a Russian deal, but they're getting like American death certificates and making American birth certificates. Because you're talking about voting. I mean, you're talking about voting in America. Well, let me tell you, they can try. They could probably try. I doubt, because you have to be registered to vote. So then you would have to register whatever state you're in. You're going to have to register to vote, and you're going to have to put down much more information down, and then and then if it checks out, they will send you. They'll register you, and you'll be on their on the book, so to speak. I mean, my point is, it's a lot more. There's a lot more to it than just having a birth certificate. You have to put down a bunch more information on the form, on the registration form, and that has to all check out. And then, let's say you do get registered somehow, then you have to actually be here and go physically vote. I mean, so I guess if there's places that have vote by mail, I'm just working this all out as we go, folks. Then this Russian, whoever's doing this, if they're doing this from Russia, then I don't think it's going to work. I don't think we're going to be sending ballots out to Russia. You have to have a U.S. address, and it would be sent to your house in somewhere, wherever it is in America that you're at. If it's a place that has mail-in ballots, not all states do. And so the states that don't, I guess, that you would have to physically go down to a polling place and vote. So if this is some sort of Russian scheme, that would be pretty hard for them to do. So I don't know. I guess what I'm saying is I'm not too worried about it. But I mean, it is something to look out for, to be concerned about. If any type of fraud like that, that's fraud. They're, trying to create a whole new person that doesn't exist, or so. Bonnie Thompson, you need a social security number, state ID, yeah. Oh, Bonnie Thompson, but yeah, you do. So I guess with the birth certificate, I guess you would have to apply for a social security number. Yeah, there's a whole. It's a lot more complicated than just if they're getting death certificates and then fabricating birth certificates out of it, you know. But MJ Daniel says, I would not put anything past them. MAGA and GOP are going to try every dirty trick in the book. Mo Yeager, CN, I know. Guys are speaking in a foreign tongue. Tristan She says, dude, voice chat me later. Don't know who dude is. And then there's CN says, Surrender Monkey, I need glasses too. That is why sometimes my comments are all caps. But I try to not do that for some people. But yeah, I know how it feels. Oh, I guess I skipped. I guess I missed. Surrender Monkey said, "Hi, all in chat. Sorry if I missed anyone. I've been typing, and my eyesight is really fucked now. I really need glasses. Come on, you got that English healthcare system? Let me give you get glasses for you." There's Keith Polite. I don't know if I said hi to Keith. Good to see Keith. Keith says Vance made more weird comments. This time about postmenstrual women. Josh Hawley is mad because he was weird first. Surrender Monkey says, I only pass out when I get stuck upside down in their bins. All righty then. All right, yeah. MJ Daniel, MAGA only needed a few thousand votes in 3 to 4 key states to get the electoral votes. That's true, but I don't think you're going to get even 3 or 4,000 of these. If we're talking about these fake birth certificate things they're doing, I don't see how that translates into votes. That, like I said, it's a whole big process to vote, to be able to vote. It's not just, hey, I got a birth certificate, let me vote. Surrender Monkey says, this is why they had all their crazy and weird theories about Italian satellites and shit. Yeah. Cian says, Mo Yeager, hey, dear, was... Oh, now we're going into some other language, I guess German or whatever. Do you understand, or should I hit translate? Well, I don't understand. Mission do it, got the... I don't know. Yeah. Tristan, she says, Russia only needs to plant a small amount with the intention of getting caught because they got that gullible fool to frame us for it. Look, I think it's much ado about nothing, okay? Mike H., Trump is leading in the polls right now. Which polls are those, Mike H.? I haven't, because I've seen just the opposite. Bonnie Thompson says, we don't speak Dutch. Yeah, I don't speak Dutch. Nine Dutchen. See, it says, sorry, TJ. Bo Yeager says, translate, please. Keith, please, says that the actor John Goodman just released I'm going to say political ad on behalf of Lucas Kunce, who is running for U.S. Senate from Missouri. Good for John Goodman. I hope Lucas wins. I really, really do. In fact, I hope all the Democrats win. But Tom Bias says if half the voters are women, then there are going to be more states that flip blue in 2020. Oh, yeah. For sure. Faux show, faux show, faux show. I mean, come on. The MAGA and Trump and J.D. Vance has been just attack women. I don't really understand the strategy, other than the fact that maybe they're just morons and they really have no strategy. I don't know. Why would you do that? Why would you attack women like that? When you say at least half of the voters are women, why you want to alienate half of the goddamn voters for? Cian says, or Tom Bias, oh no, I read that. Cian says, ha ha ha, I said good morning in German and asked if I wrote it okay, because to write it's harder than to speak it. Guten morning. I don't know how to say morning, but I think it's kind of like morning. Guten, I think guten is good. Is guten good? Guten morning to ya. I don't know. MJ Daniel says we still need to vote in overwhelming numbers to be sure. Absolutely, vote. Check your voter registration, vote.org. Make sure you're registered. All that good stuff. Cian says, it's a while ago I needed to write in German. Jolie says, Kamala Harris pushes ahead of Trump in key battleground states. And there's a link, and it says, and it's Fox, so you can trust it, Mike H. Guten Tag. There you go. Guten Tag. Guten Tag, Cian. I don't know. For you, it's probably evening. How do you say evening? Guten evening. Roxanne, because they are smug idiots. Trucker John. They are smug idiots. You are right. You are correct, Roxanne. What else could it be? They're not smart idiots. That's an oxymoron. They're not, I don't know. They're just idiots. MJ Daniel says, also, why would they think going after Walz' military service was a good idea? Because they're grasping at straws. They have nothing. That's all they can do is try to find any little thing they can. I mean, and that's the best they can come up with is trying to, go after a guy who's got 24 years of service to the military and achieved really the highest rank you can achieve without becoming like a general or something. I mean, he was a command sergeant, E9. Yeah, so that's not working for him. Barney Thompson says Trump's campaign managers Chris LaSavita and Susie Wilds can't control him. And laughing, yeah, you can't control that petulant little child. This is what he is. Mad Max says, you got it, TJ. Guten Morgen. Well, then, was I right or was I wrong? Because CN says Guten Tag. Swinner Monkey says, Gluten Abend is evening, as I remember. Okay. Gluten Abend. Mad Mac tag equals day. Oh. Good day. Guten Tag. I think it's Tag. Mo Yeager seeing perfect. Swinner Monkey says, fucking gluten. Stupid spell check. Anti-German now. Darcy says, seen somewhere, women in red state ask if her husband would know who she voted for as she wants to vote against Don Old. I guess they're afraid that their husbands will find out. Doesn't that suck? Like, you're in a relationship, you're in a marriage with some asshole who's going to vote against you being a complete human being, a complete citizen. You're married to someone who would vote for someone who wants to make you a second-class citizen, by taking away your rights, taking away your bodily autonomy, taking away your choice, your ability to make choices about your body and about your reproduction choices. And women are married to these assholes. I feel sorry for those women. I really do. If I was a woman married to a guy like that, I would get a divorce. But they probably agree with everything else, though. That's the sad thing. They probably agree on, everything else from the Republican Party, maybe. These particular women that we're talking about. Bo Yeager says, Gluten Abend is good evening. Good evening. Mo Yeager, you tell TJ what is good evening. Tom Bias, it is all right to spell Asian languages phonetically. Their written symbols do not make verbal sounds. Chinese languages are passed verbally. Wait, we're getting to real linguistics today. Some linguistic training going on here in the driver's lounge. You just never know what's going to happen in the driver's lounge. You just never know the topics. James Williams is here, by the way. Good morning, everyone. I think we're supposed to say guten Morgen or Guten Tag. I think. For some people, Guten Abend. Guten Abend. Guten Abend. Seems to be the way you're supposed to do it. NJ Daniel says another giant energetic crowd for Harris Walls. Meanwhile, DJT Thuffering Thuckataf. Yeah. Human of beings. Some of them want to outlaw divorce. That's they want to get rid of the no fault divorce so that it's harder to get divorced. Women, you women out there, stop marrying assholes. That's my message today. Stop marrying assholes. Bonnie Thompson Darcy, she needs to tell her husband she voted straight ticket Republican after she voted for Kamala. Serena McGay, I did 2 years of German over 35 years ago now. Sorry, my spelling sucks, and my phone apparently is my grandma and anti-German. Blame it on your phone. I know. Mo Yeager says, Sugar John, here is now evening. It's evening in over there. Yeah, it's evening in where you're at. So Guten, was it A-band? A-band? Am I saying it right? A-band? A-bond? 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 I don't know. Excuse my French. No. Excuse my butchering of your language. I apologize. Darcy said, yes, say one and do another. Many will, but mail-ins are different. Horrible way to live. Wait, but mail-ins are different? Oh, that's what, when there's no punctuation, it makes it hard for me. Okay, yes, say one and do the other. Many will do that. But mail-ins are different. I guess because the husband will see them filling it out, I guess. He can't fill it out when the husband's not looking. Whatever. I guess I'm not used to such households where, such domineering husbands are always looking at everything you're doing or something. Hey, Suzanne Foriasepi is here. Good to see Suzanne. Suzanne says, smash the like button, please. Yes, please. Let's smash that like button. See, it says, speak like it has two A. Guten Abend. Okay. Guten Abend. Guten Abend. Guten Abend. I'm just practicing. Let's see here. Mad Mac, Yeager equal Hunter. So if Mo Yeager has a laptop, he has Hunter's laptop. That's funny, Mad Mac. That's a good one. Mo Yeager says that Trucker John, Deutsches Bier, German beer, Deutsches Bier. And we do have a Hofbrau beer house, I think, here in Las Vegas. Mike H. TJ, stop marrying assholes. Yes. Stop marrying assholes. That's my advice. And if you didn't know that you married an asshole, then divorce the asshole. See you at 1840 hours. I believe I might be 3 minutes behind in the chat. Walter Makarovich is here. Good to see Walter. Walter says, good morning to all. Trucker John, did you happen to see Ojeda live last night? I did not. That pastor video he had on was right on about white Christian nationalism and MAGA using it. I missed Ojeda last night. I was watching something else, and then I saw that Ojeda had been on, and I missed it. And then, and that was at 6 o'clock my time. And then Liberal Dan came on, and I watched Liberal Dan, and I was going to watch Ojeda later, and I didn't watch it. But I usually do watch Ojeda just about every night. MJ Daniels says the older sister of a friend from high school was in Army Intel as a radio translator in Berlin during the Cold War in East Germany transmissions. She lived under a false name for a year as training. Wow. Spy stuff. That sounds interesting. Mad Mac pronounced Albin gluten Aubend. Aubend. Didn't I say it before? Aubend. Gluten Aubend. Gluten Aubend. I think I'm saying it perfectly. Guten Abend. Guten Abend to you. Oh wait, but you don't say to you because that's English. Hey man, I'm trying. Guten Abend. Let's see. Darcy says, "Okay, I will use periods and commas." No, I know. It's not. I don't mean to be a grammar Nazi. I know this is. We're just chatting, and you're going to use some ellipses in there. Actually, an ellipsis is only 3 dots, not 4. But anyhow, then you got commas too. Okay, I get you. I got you. But I don't mean to be the grammar Nazi because I know this is informal, and we're just posting stuff in a chat. This is not an English term paper, but it does make it hard to sometimes know exactly where you were trying to stop. You know what I mean? Let's see. I don't know why Mike H is saying Jolie just shoot me. I don't know. James Williams, maybe the e-petition should be for abusive men to grow up. Why is it always the women being told to change? What's the e-petition? I don't even know what the e-petition is. Is there a petition going around? It's electronic? Mad Mac Hofbrau is pronounced Hofbräu. Really? All these years I've been saying Hofbrau. Hofbräu? Are you sure, Mad Mac? Can I get some verification by that from either CN or Mo Yeager? Because I've had Germans in my car, and we passed by the Hofbrau house. And I think they even said Hofbrau. Mo Yeager, in German, Hofbrauhaus. Yeah, we have a Hofbrauhaus here in Las Vegas. Tristan C says, I've got some content to share with you, and I'd like your opinion on it. What's the best way to send it? Ooh, you know what? I really haven't set up any way to do that, have I? Jolie, do I have anything in my thing? What do I have? Let me check. I don't know. I don't know if I have set up a link for that kind of a thing. So I don't know. Just trying to think. I don't know if I want to put my Gmail account out here and have it get, spammed with a bunch of stuff not from you, but from like whoever, from the Mike H's of the world. I don't know, Tristan. That's a good question. What's the best way to send it? I don't know. I'll have to get back to you on that. I don't know. Darcy says, poverty makes many women have to stay in abusive relations. I know. They have kids who see the abuse, they grow up and repeat. It's called the circle of ugly. Cycle of, or otherwise known as cycle of abuse. Yeah, I know, Darcy. That's true. You're right. It's not so easy, is it? Like I'm telling everybody, yeah, just get a divorce. That's why we need more women's shelters where women can get out of these abusive relationships and be able to take their kids and find a safe refuge. And it's one of the main causes of homelessness, I think, is women trying to escape these abusive relationships and not finding a place to go and ending up on the streets. So yeah, I know it's not so easy. It's just just leave, but still, if you can leave, leave. If it's abusive in any way, verbal, physical, whatever. Um, Mad Mac, you said it perfect. You're just slow in the texts, laughing out loud. I'm not slow in the texts. I'm just behind in the text. If I'm going to read them and expound upon them, it's going to take a little time. Barney Thompson says that Tristan Sheese, what's the content? Secret spy stuff? I know, now we're all dying to know. What is this content you speak of? Darcy says, least you're not with spell police, because that is small keyboard, my excuse anyway. Oh, that's my excuse too. My big fat fingers are always hitting the wrong things. Julie says, we found them a really nice apartment. They've been approved. Oh, I just need to get them moved in. Thanks for asking. Oh, yeah. I was going to ask you about that too. Yeah. I didn't see the question. Let's see it, I guess, asked. I guess I somehow skipped that. But yeah, Julie's been looking for a place for her folks, elderly folks. And so Jolie says they've found a nice apartment and they've been approved. So that's all good. Now you just got to get them moved in over there. All right. It's good to see that's happening. Surrender Monkey says, we made our German language teacher cry after the whole class climbed out the window and fucked off for dinner early while she was writing on the board. She was in tears. Oh, you rascals, you. Let's see here. Mad Mac, that's American pronunciation for Hofbrau. Promise that in Deutschland it's pronounced Hofbräu. All right, well, next time I have some Germans in my car, I'm going to impress the hell out of them when I go, hey, look, have you guys tried the Hofbräu house? And they're going to go, this American? Well, I don't know why I'm giving them English accents. They're going to go, this American bloody knows what he's talking about. That's not how they would sound. They'd be like, that American. No, I don't. I'm not doing a German accent very good today. The American knows what he's talking about. Yeah, it keeps going English. Anyhow, a bunch of hooligans, says Mad Mac, about Surrender Monkey. Oh, Discord. There you go, Jolie. Yeah, thank you, Jolie. I have a Discord server that I never use, hardly ever. And that's why I forgot about it. And Jolie always says, why don't you use Discord more or whatever? I mean, Jolie doesn't always say that, but Jolie has asked me about using Discord or going on Discord, and I just don't. But now I will. So thank you for that, dropping that link. So yeah, you could use that. Use that link, and I'll check that out. I'll check it out. Thank you, Jolie. Good idea. Great. See, this is why I need Jolie. This is why, right here. MJ Daniel says, Surrender Monkey, that is why Tim Walz says has no hair. He was in charge of the lunchroom for 20 years. Okay. Yeah, that's right. That was one of Tim Walz's little jokes there. Tom Bias, he's not slow, he's not fast, he's half fast. Ba-da-bum. CN says, MJ Daniel, yep, waiting for the next rally. I'm on it every day. Let's see what he brings today. Hey, Izolda Zinn is here. Good to see Izolda. Thanks for dropping by in the old driver's lounge here. Hello to you. Mo Yeager says, the Hofbräu House is in Munich, Bavaria. There is also white sausage and Oktoberfest. There's also a Hofbräu House in Las Vegas, Nevada, USA. And I'm told it's very authentic. I haven't been in there yet. I would like to check it out. Maybe I should do a video from there someday. Maybe not a live stream, but maybe I'll make a video. So that's Mo Yeager. Hey, Mo Yeager and CN. You guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share, and follow this channel. Sometime within maybe in October for Oktoberfest, I will go to the Hofbräuhaus here in Las Vegas, and I will make a video of it, and then you guys can tell me what you think of it. If you think it's really authentic looking, how authentic it is. I'll do a video of the beer and the food, the whole 9 yards. All right, so be on the lookout for that, guys. I just came up with an idea for October. I'll do it in October for Oktoberfest. I'm going to go to the Hofbräuhaus here in Las Vegas, Nevada, and I will make a video of it. But that will be a couple months away, I guess. Hey, Del Francisco's here. How you, Trucker John, and the rest of the chat? Well, hello back at you. Thanks for joining us here in the Driver's Lounge. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button for me if you would. That would be awesome. And you guys, if you guys could hit the share and share the show out, that'd be cool too. We're up over what, 3,200, 33. We're at 3,300 subscribers, guys. Isn't that amazing? I mean, just last week I was barely at 2,000. So we're growing, and we keep growing, and it's all because of you guys hitting that like and subscribe and share button, and watching the videos. As I said, in my opinion, British English goes well with a German accent. Probably, yeah. MJ Daniel, just don't do like Basil Fawlty and talk about the war. Don't talk about the war. No talking about the war. Sir Monkey, John proving the myth that if not for America, we'd be speaking German now. We wouldn't. You can't force people to learn if they don't want. Well, the point was that Germany would have taken over the world, I guess. James Williams says, isn't the white sausage called bratwurst? It's delicious. Get me a brat. Mo Yeager says, does it also have blue and white flags? I believe it does. I believe that is a theming of it. MJ Daniel says, Man in the High Castle, a really good book and TV show where Germany and Japan win and take over the USA. Oh, you know what? I've heard of that, but I never did watch it. Is it still available somewhere? I would like to check that out, because I think I remember hearing about that. Del Francisco, 1 week till the best 12 days of summer. Woo! Minnesota State Fair time. All right, that sounds like a good time. The good old State Fair. Mr. Spock, Basil. Hey, Mr. Spock, live long and prosper. Damn it, do it, Jim. Why did I go into Bones all of a sudden? Anyhow, live long and prosper. Denise Wilkins says, good morning, Trucker John. Sorry, no sleep in Hesperia last night. My poor little newly neutered dog was not happy. Aw. All right, well, Denise, good to see you. Good morning. What was morning again? Guten Morgen, right? Guten Morgen. To you. We're doing a lot of German today. And, yeah, sorry about your puppy. Hope he gets, he's probably got the big cone on, right? And, but he'll get better as each day goes by. Those stitches will heal up and everything. Tristan Siege, I'll be in VC after stream. I'll be in VC. What's VC? I'm so dumb. I don't even know what VC is. Video chat. I don't know. I don't know what that is. Anyhow, Darcy said, here's Chicago police preparing for massive Gaza protest on Monday near DNC event. Yeah, there's probably going to be all kinds of protests. And hopefully it will be peaceful protests. Human F. Being says, in my hometown, there was a German family that made bratwurst, and everyone liked it. That same family also ran a mortuary. Was the bratwurst really the bratwurst? That's what we want to know. The bratwurst is people! Anyhow, the other white meat. Jolie says, I love their food. I love fair food. Del Francisco went to our county fair, ate all kinds of crap, complained about how full I was, but still ate a corn on the cob and on my way out of the car. You got to have the corn on the cob, drenched in butter and salt. You got to do it. You just got to do it. That's what the county fair is there for, man. MJ Daniel says, look like the show is on Amazon. Oh, okay. So on Amazon Prime? I'm going to look for that. What was it called again? Something about the high man in the castle? Something like that? Yeah, I'm going to look for that. Human F Being says, that is why I don't eat those kinds of grounded meat stuff. Because you didn't ever know it could be people. Mr. Box says, Fave 1, the general told a story to Basil. My girlfriend at the time kept calling the Indian rugby players, I guess, N-words. I had to correct her. Indians aren't N-words. West Indians are. Okay. Alrighty. Let's not repeat those kind of jokes. You went there, James Williams. Sounds like a good fair, says Del Francisco. Del Francisco says it looks like a good fair. I'm just getting I think I'm a little punchy. For those of you just coming in, I've had a problem. Woke up to a flooded floor, and I haven't been able to properly wake up yet, I don't think. Serena Monkey says, there are many reviews on YouTube of Man in a High Castle. I'd watched them first. It wasn't my cup of tea. It dragged way too much. Sorry. Well, it's not your fault. Mo Yeager says, Trucker John, your German language will soon be perfect. Perfect? You will be perfect? I don't know. I start doing it in German and I feel like I gotta yell. You'll be perfect! Mad Max says, I took both my girls to the vet this morning for teeth cleaning and one minor surgery. I think by girls you mean some sort of pets or something, not your actual daughters. I hope. The look on their faces when I didn't go into the back room with them. I'll pick them up in 5 hours though. Okay. James Williams says, one, oh my God, deserves another. Oh my God. Oh my God. San Francisco, yikes. As old as in Sweeney Todd sausages. Oh, yeah. Sweeney Todd. Let's see. Jolie says, I tried watching Man in the High Castle. Monkey couldn't get into it. Oh. Maybe it's not as good as I thought it was. Cian says, Roxanne Arfield, I think so too about the white stuff. Mr. Spock is saying howdy to Denise Wilkins and Cian and Roxanne Arfield. MJ Daniel, we have Amazon and have not watched Man in the High Castle. I am waiting for Rings of Power Season 2. I need to finish Rings of Power Season 1. I started watching that, it seems like that's been what? How long ago? I must have got. Did they stop because of COVID? Because didn't Season 1 come out 2 or 3 years ago or something? And I remember I only watched half of it and I was enjoying it, but it was when I was going through this whole thing where I stopped driving and I was going through this whole thing of kind of transitioning my life from living in the truck basically to getting into a apartment and all that. And then I stopped watching it and I haven't picked it up since. So I need to go back and probably rewatch Season 1. But that seems like it's been at least a couple of years since that came out. I did just finish the Game of Thrones prequel, which I kind of I think it's a good show. I do like it. Well, that was season 3 that just finished, I think, right? And I like the show. It's really good, but I almost feel like this season 3 was basically just kind of dragged out to the season 4, which I think is probably going to be the finale season, maybe. I feel like they just kind of dragged it out, but I don't know. But it was still good. Mr. Spot, coffee talk. Yes, we got some coffee going. Andrew Petrie's here. Andrew, good to see Andrew. Good morning, folks. Coffee. I need coffee. Stat. Coffee. Stat. I need coffee too. Mad Mac. Ike mein Gott. Ike mein Gott. I don't know what it means. Mein Gott. I don't know what it means. You got to translate for me, Mad Mac. Tristan Sheesh, New Rings of Power starts August 29th. Oh, writer's strike, William is saying. Oh, that's right. There was a writer's strike, and that kind of fucked a lot of shit up. Yeah. Let's see. MJ Daniel says, yes, there was a bit of time between seasons, partly because of COVID, season 2, and apparently the writer's strike. It was probably both. Yeah, it was probably both. I bet you those. I bet you. By golly. Denise Wilkins, hang in there, TJ. You will be hooked. Yeah, I need to go back and watch season 1 because I think I only got maybe like halfway through season 1, and I was enjoying the show. I liked it. Mrs. Fox says, looked into getting some Blue Mountain coffee. It's about $40 a pound. I guess I'm not getting some. You know what? I just use these little Keurig things. So I'm no coffee aficionado. Andrew Petrie is saying hello to Roxanne. All right, guys. So make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Let's get some more people in here. Now, I did save a couple little things for some wall decorations here. What do I got? We can talk about. Now, here's a couple things I got. I really like this. Let's see here. Let me see if I can expand this out here. I thought this was really cool. It's got a picture of Kamala Harris there on the left, and it's got the Supreme Court Justice. I can't. I'm gonna mess up the name. You guys know the name. Put it in the chat. She's a great, awesome SCOTUS. I remember watching her confirmation hearings and everything. She's just awesome. And so it says here, when the first black female president is sworn in by the first black female Supreme Court justice using Abraham Lincoln's Bible on MLK Day, conservative heads will explode. And yes, they will. They just cannot stand this shit. And look at this. These two beautiful women, so smart, intelligent, but just because of the color of their skin, they cannot accept this. They cannot, it's not going to go over well with them because so many of these right-wingers, they're just racist pigs. So I say, hold on to your heads there, right-wingers. Get used to it. We're going to have, strong black women leadership. Get over it. Mo Yeager says, Chugger John, red alert in the news here. MAGA earthquake feared in Japan. A mega earthquake feared in Japan. Well, I hadn't heard about that, but we had a 4.4 earthquake here in Las Vegas. Apparently, it was evening before last, and I didn't even feel it. Like I told you, there was a 4.4 in LA a few days ago, and I said, yeah, I said, yeah, that might get your attention. But it's not that big of a deal. And then we had one here. Like I said, I think it was night before last. I didn't even feel it, not at all. But we've been having these little things here, and now you're saying over in Japan they had a mega one. So yeah, I haven't heard about that, but that's something to look out for in the news. Mad Mac, mein Gott equals my God. Mein Gott. Andrew Petrie says, I like the instant coffee from my dollar store. It's good, honest. I mean, it's good, honest. Like, you're not lying. Instant coffee from the dollar store. Hey, man. You just never know what you're going to find at the dollar store. You might find some good stuff. Mad Max says, I will be seeing that happen. Kamala being sworn in. Sort of like Mad Mac, oh, I got it. Mein Gott. See, and yes, they will see black everywhere and shit their pants. Roxanne Arfield, me too, Mad Mac. So, anyhow, it's going to be a great, glorious day, great, glorious time. I can't wait for November. I think that Kamala Harris is going to, it's going to be a landslide for her. Sorry, not sorry, Mike H. It is what it is. And we're going to win the House back, and we're going to win the Senate. And we are going to usher in a new era of democratic rule. Mark my words. Right here. You get that from Trucker John. Del Francisco says, I want to see Trump's face as she is sworn in. Laughing my ass off. There probably won't be enough ketchup for him to throw on that day. Tim Bias, Mad Mac, German, oh my God. Okay. Del Francisco, bunch of emojis. I guess screaming and crying and anger, I think, is what those are. I don't know. I'm not good at emoji, guys. I'm not real good. Not real good at it. Andrew Petrie says, I've lived in Vancouver Island since 1996. Haven't felt an earthquake yet. Wow. Lucky you. Cian says, people in Japan are waiting for a big earthquake and are preparing for it. Oh. Well, did it happen or did it not happen? Because someone said there was a mega earthquake. Del Francisco, that's Trump's face. Oh. Okay. Terry S. Hey, Terry S. Good to see Terry. Thanks for joining us here in the Driver's Lounge. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Terry says he will be leaving the country on that day to run from prosecution. Some people think he might be running before the election. As soon as he is 100% sure he's not going to win, he might run anytime. Who knows? Or try to. And I'm sure he should be under extreme surveillance and so I don't know if it'll be so easy for him to get out. Mr. Spock says he bought a pound of Blue Mountain coffee back from Jamaica. I gave it to my father, came back a week later and go make some, asked Dad. And he said, I only got 1 cup. Your brother got the rest. Your brother took all the coffee? MJ Daniel says, I am drinking the store brand Private Selection from QFC. I got for $4.75. Pretty good coffee. What's QFC? I don't even know what QFC is. Quaker, I don't know. Quaker Frontage. No, I don't know what QFC is. Never heard of it. I ain't never heard of it. Hey, Gino Maynard's here. Good to see Gino. Thanks for joining us here in the Driver's Lounge today. Says, I see black people, and it makes me smile. Del Francisco, he should be in jail awaiting the outcome of the immunity shit case. They do need. I think he is a definite flight risk. They need to lock his ass up. I agree. He's a huge flight risk. Isolde Zen says, "Can we take away Trump's passport?" I don't see why not. I don't see why a court can't deem him a flight risk. Say we're going to have to hold on to that passport. Although if he's going to run, that won't really matter. He's going to run to some place that's going to take him, like Russia or Saudi Arabia or something, and they'll take him with or without the passport. And he's going to have to sneak off on one of his planes or something. You know what I mean? So, I mean, if he leaves, it's going to be totally, you know, it's all going to be illegal in the first place. Serena Monkey says, so I watched something that pretty much is exactly what is going on now with Republicans, but the old Democrats back in the day, mind-boggling. Wait a minute. Let me read that in regular English. Okay, so I watched something that pretty much is exactly what is going on now with Republicans, but the old Democrats back in the day, mind-boggling. What did you watch? What is this riddle? What did you watch? Anyhow, Human Up Being says, I can imagine him screaming about stolen elections from Russia. I can imagine him falling out of a window in Russia. I don't know. That's another story. Hey, Wishful Thinking Happy Woman is here. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us here in the Driver's Lounge. Wishful Thinking Happy Woman says at Trucker John, good afternoon. Guten Abend. No, good afternoon to you, and a good afternoon to you. Thank you for being here. Mr. Spock says he kept coming over and drinking it, the bastard. Yeah, look at there. He drank a lot of it because your dad only got one cup. Mo Yeager says at Trucker John, I saw your last stream. Oh, okay. This is what you had posted earlier, but then it disappeared. I wasn't able to read it. So the whole thing. So I saw your last stream. I was unable to attend yesterday. Glad you saw the film about Trump. It was my contribution to open people's eyes and make them think. It feels so good. So yeah, that movie, was it called You've Been Trump 2 or I've Been Trump 2 or something like that? It's right here. I found it or someone gave me the link to it on YouTube right here. It's about an hour and a half, I think, or hour and 20 minutes or something. It's a good documentary, and I recommend it. It's just another example of Donald Trump being an asshole, being a total fucking asshole. As if we don't need, as if we didn't already know. But it's a good one. James Williams, as a felon, Trump is not allowed in many countries, as it is. Yeah, that's why he's going to have to go to one of those places that will accept him. And I think there's only a few that he could go. I'm thinking Russia, Saudi Arabia, North Korea, of all places. Why the hell would you want to go there? I don't know. So maybe Venezuela. I don't know. Everyone's saying hello to Happy Wishful Thinking Happy Woman. Dana Darden's here. Hello, all. Run, Trump, run. Hey, Dana Darden, good to see you. Thanks for joining us here in the Driver's Lounge. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button for me if you would. That would be awesome. As old as in sinking feeling of, oh, right, he's rich, supposedly. Yeah, Donald Trump lies so much. I don't think he's nearly as rich as he claims to be. Serena Monkey says, how the Ku Klux Klan took over the party and we're awful at Trucker John. So that's what you were talking about? Yeah, they took it over and then they got ran out. And then they joined the Republican Party, the Southern Democrats, basically. Mr. Spock, if there is credible evidence that Trump flees with top secret documents, would the order to shoot him down come into play? Laughing out loud, the information is laughing out. The informant is barren. Laughing massive. Boy, I don't know that, Mr. Spock. Wouldn't that be something? That's something out of one of those movies that you would see, maybe. Tom Bias says, Serena Monkey, the Democrats never put up a convicted felon with ties to Putin on the presidential ticket. That's true. That is a true statement. Here's Jolie with the link. You've been Trump too on YouTube, and there's the link. Yeah, go check it out. It's very well made documentary, and it's sort of the run up to the 2016 campaign, and it's about when Donald Trump bought this land in Scotland to build a golf course and a golf club, all that kind of stuff, and there were these people, they didn't want to sell their land. They'd been living there, their families, for generations. They were holdouts. Donald Trump, of course, in his tantrum, baby Donald Trump tantrum way. Now, this is all kind of alleged or whatever, but it's not alleged that the water main that went into those people's property that gave them like fresh water, drinking water and bathing water or whatever else, water to their house, that Trump's construction crew, they damaged the pipe. They had one pipe that it crossed from Trump's land and into their land, and the Trump people, Donald Trump Jr., they said they would fix it. Donald Trump Jr. is on there saying, we're going to fix it. He's just like his dad. He's like, we're going to fix it. It's going to be the best pipe ever. It'll be the best water, better, and all this kind of horseshit. And they never did. And it's kind of alleged that they intentionally broke it just as like revenge or redemption or whatever, because they wouldn't sell the land. And that was a way of maybe trying to force them out, or just being plain assholes about it. And they never did fix it. For 5 years, these people had to bring in bottled water, and they had to take little sponge baths and stuff. They didn't have any running water in their property. And so finally, after 5 years, one of the guys who lived there on the property, he took his tractor out and he just said, fuck it. And he went out. This is a spoiler. Maybe I shouldn't. I'll just stop there. I'm not going to tell you more because I'm now spoiling it. But so if you want to see the rest of the story, go check it out. It's pretty good. And it just, like I say, it just really reinforces kind of what we already know, is that Donald Trump is a fucking asshole. And it certainly is not deserving of being in the highest office in the land and becoming the most powerful person in the world again. Okay, hopefully, I think we've all learned our lesson the first time, at least most of us have. We can't let him get in there again. He is a person of really low. He's a low quality human being. Donald Trump is. Cian says, as old as Zen, that is what I mean. Justice for the poor and letting the rich do what they do and look the other way. Or as I say, racist cover for other races. Mad Max says, Ja, das ist richtig. Yes, that is right. It's unbiased. I learned many languages playing football around Z-Welt. I don't know. The first thing you learn is how to swear in their language. J.A. Dickey's here. Hey, J.A., good to see you. J.A. in the driver's lounge. Thanks for being here. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share, and thumbs up. Trucker John, I am remiss. I am late to the party. I feel that by October, we must wait for a pleasant surprise that hands Harris walls all counties Hillary legally lost in 2016. I think we will have a pleasant surprise in November. Oops, I hit the thing. Sorry about that. But yeah, I mean, but like I say, we can't get complacent. We all got to vote, all of us here. in the United States. Make sure you vote. Don't take it for granted that Kamala's going to win. We got to vote. Yeah, and especially those counties. We did see that all it took was in a few districts in a handful of states of people either not voting or voting for a third party candidate like Jill Stein or something, or they voted for Trump. Like people who would normally vote for a Democrat voted for Trump. And it was just enough. It was just like 80,000 votes or whatever it was, spread out over these like 3 states, and it was specifically certain districts in those states, and that's what won it for him. Just just like that. So we cannot be complacent, and we got to vote everywhere, every district. Vote, and we got to vote for Kamala Harris, and blue all up and down that ticket. Andrew Petrie says, Trump is always welcome to come crab fishing with me. I'll deep six the fuck for free. Yeah, I don't know what happened. We were there, and all of a sudden, they must have fallen over. What can I say? Surrender Monkey says, my point is, it's not the first time racists have taken over a political party and just been a nightmare, just like Trump is doing now. This is my bloody point. All right, Surrender Monkey. All right, we get it. We get it. Dana Dutton says, I've been telling peeps I have a friend who went to Kamala's Vegas rally. You, and I guess that's me. When they come here, I'll be going. Absolutely. I highly recommend it. You will feel good. The vibe, as the kids say, is really uplifting. It really is uplifting. And I got to tell you, when Tim Walz, announced Kamala Harris to the stage, he introduced her, and she came out and started walking across that runway, I started tearing up. And I was not expecting that. I started tearing up. I had to take my glasses off and wipe my eyes a little bit. So otherwise, I was going to start just bawling. I could feel it coming on. I could feel it, man. And I had to get control of myself because I didn't want to be bawling my eyes off with all these people and stuff. I don't know. But I definitely teared up. There's just something about it. It was just emotional to see Kamala Harris, and you're seeing her walk across the stage, and you're like, that's going to be our next president, Kamala Harris. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing going on here. There she is, our first woman president. This is history in the making. There was something about it. I just started tearing up, man. So and the whole place was just, like I say, it was uplifting. What can I say? The whole vibe. Everybody was just like so enthusiastic and it was happy and joyful, all those things. But I think uplifting kind of explains it pretty well. J.A. Dickey says, Robert the Bruce had once owned the land there. Oh, yeah, in Scotland. Can we say he's a social climber? I guess. William says, Trump's lawyers just requested that sentencing be postponed until after the election. I don't think the judge is going to go for it. I don't think so either. I think the judges, or at least this judge, has had just about enough of Donald Trump's shenanigans. And they can, Donald Trump always has his lawyers, use these delay tactics. Delay. I think he's run out of delays. I really do. Gino Maynard says the original Democrats were just white nationalist conservatives. What they called themselves before or after the Southern switch is irrelevant. They were the Southern Dems, and most of them became Republicans, right? Michael McAndrews is here. Hey, good to see Michael. 34 and counting. 34 felonies, I guess, right? Yeah, and counting. There's more to come. Absolutely. Good to see Michael McAndrews. Thank you for being here, by the way. Thanks for joining us here in the Driver's Lounge. Let's see. Mo Yeager says, Trucker John, I spread this on many channels. The response is great. It feels so good when you can help others, even if it's just the small things. Hey, every little bit helps. Every little bit helps, man. Del Francisco 35, you forgot about the rape convention, sir. But that was not a felony. That was a civil court. That was a civil proceeding. So that doesn't count as a felony. If we're counting felonies. Now, if that had been in a criminal court, that certainly would have been a felony. But it was a civil case, so it's not a felony. There's just damages. And he owes a lot in damages, money-wise. And he keeps opening his big mouth. And he turned what was a $5 million decision in favor of E. Jean Carroll into an $83 million because he can't keep his stupid fucking mouth shut. He's his own worst enemy. Let's see. Del Francisco, not to be corrected, but it was needed. Sorry, my friend. Well, like I said, that's a civil case, so it's not a felony. Alvin Stoops says, check here if you think Trump is a racist asshole. Yes, and if I could check, I would do it. I guess I could, but because I can go in the chat. Let's see. I'm going to do that. I do think that Trump is a racist asshole. Now I got to find a check mark. Thank you. Now I got to scroll through. Where's my check mark? Where are the check marks? There's animals, and there's some flowers, and there's a moon. There's some fruits. I see some food items. I see a spoon. There's some balls. There's people playing sports. There's some trucks and cars and planes and boats and some buildings. Objects. Where's the check mark? There's 1,000,001 things here. There's some hearts, various hearts, some sort of symbols, but there's got to be a check mark in here somewhere. Where's the check mark? Oh, here's one. There's this one. Can I use this one? I'll use this one. There we go. Check mark. That was for you, for your comment there. Let me go back to where I was at. Roxanne, good afternoon. Michael Andrews, J.A. Dickey Harris walls are still looking good, have great poll numbers. Yeah, they're looking good. Michael Andrews, another day of stomping on treasonous Trump. And let's not forget, Donald Trump is a traitor. He is a traitor. Donald Trump is. So let's not forget that. That's why I have one of these things over here. Let's see. Why is it always so hard to find stuff? I think I must have passed it. Or maybe I don't have it in here anymore. I had the Trump traitor little thing here, but now I don't see it. I wonder if I erased it. Well, that's weird. Okay, well, I won't do that one, but let me put up, I had another thing that I put up for today's show. I saw this on, someone posted it on Substack, what do you call it? Whatever these things are called. But it says, if you're opposed to gay marriage, you can simply say no when a gay person proposes to you. And it says, follow me for more tips. I forget who posted it. Somebody else posted that. But they also said this also applies to abortion. Basically, if you're opposed to abortion, then don't get one, God damn it. But these motherfucking maggots, and actually not just maggots, this has been around for a long time. The Republican Party, the right wingers, these right wing extremists, they want to impose their beliefs onto everybody else. They think gay marriage or being just homosexual in general is a sin. They think that abortion, they call it murder. And so they want to, push those viewpoints onto everybody else. To which I say, go fuck yourselves. This is what we talk about when we talk about free country. This is a goddamn free country. And if a woman wants to get an abortion, she should get an abortion. No ifs, ands, or buts. It's her body, her choice, her decision. It's not murder. A zygote is not a person. A clump of cells is not a person. Those are not people. So fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself for these people that want to impose their beliefs onto other people. In the same way with same-sex couples, if people want to get married, if they want to just be with each other, live with each other, that's their right. And because you think it's icky or whatever, or wrong or a sin, well, again, go fuck yourself. It's none of your goddamn business. Like Tim Wallace says, mind your own damn business. That's another good one of his catchphrases. Mind your own damn business. Republicans are always talking about, not wanting government in their lives. But this just shows what fucking hypocrites they are. When they want the government into women's uteruses and into people's bedrooms. Fuck you, MAGA. Fuck you, Republicans. Fuck you, right-wing nut jobs. Fuck you, Christian nationalists. Fuck you, white supremacists. Fuck all of you. I feel like I need a fuck 'em hat from Tony Michaels. Now. Michael McAndrews says Kamala will make a great president. And I agree. I agree. J.A. Dickey says house arrest for 5 years in Florida would be a very mild sentence. It also would hamper the damage he can do in 2027 and 2028, I feel. I don't know what he's going to get. I don't know if he's going to get house arrest. I don't know if he's going to be sent to a prison. I don't know. I really don't know. I've always said that I feel he'll probably get house arrest just because he's a former president. And that's the only reason, right? He deserves to be in a prison cell somewhere. He deserves a prison cell. I don't know if he's going to get that. I do not know. But whatever he gets, whether it's a prison cell or if it's home arrest, there should be an ankle bracelet and there should be no internet access for that motherfucker. They should strip away all that kind of stuff so he doesn't have just free reign to go and keep texting or whatever he does, and sending out bullshit. His truths, that needs to be taken away. And I don't know if he could do any more damage. I mean, you would think that if he gets his ass beat in this election, I mean, he could try to run again or whatever. But you see more and more and more every day Republicans jumping off of that Trump sinking ship. So, I think he's going to go away one way or the other. Mike H says, TJ, you're really going to cry in November. I'll be crying tears of joy, Mike H, when Kamala Harris kicks. I mean, Look, I understand, Mike. I understand. You're a Republican, apparently, and or whatever. And for some reason, you've hitched your wagon to Donald Trump. I don't know why. I don't know what you see in the guy. I don't know what there is to like about any of his, even his so-called policies. That it's hard to decipher what his policies are. But other than eliminating taxes for rich people and taking away regulations like EPA regulations, that's basically all he does. And in so doing, he destroys the economy. He, you know, basically was sending us into a great recession just before the end of his term. So I don't know what you see in Donald Trump. I really don't. But I don't know. I think you're just blind to see how well Kamala Harris is doing, to see all this momentum, uh, and and then on the other side of it, you see Donald Trump fading away, fading. I mean, he's getting worse and worse and worse. So I don't know how you continue at this point to continue to support him or speak anything highly of him, other than the fact that I guess you are just totally, um, I don't know, just totally brainwashed. You need to unbrainwash your brain. So, Mike says, so proud you nearly popped. Good for you, the Trucker John. I nearly popped. I don't know what that means, but Michael McAndrews, hope they have their diapers ready. Mad Mac, my favorite from the two Dutch lads on the squad was Nuke Yamoder, something like that. Okay, I'm not really going to keep going on these language things. Okay. Del Francisco, as good as I am allowed to be, as good as I am allowed to be is the best I can say about I'm okay. Hey, I'm okay, you're okay. Okay? I'm okay, you're okay. And also, I just want you to, hey, who's talking about being okay? I'm feeling good. And I hope you guys are feeling good. All right? Because I got to just say, I do feel really, really positive about Kamala Harris. I just want to let you guys know. I feel good about it. Feel great about this campaign. I think we're going to roll in, keep rolling along here, gaining momentum, and we're going to have Kamala Harris, first female president in U.S. history, and she's a great, great person, great candidate. She's going to make a great president. That makes me feel A-okay. Makes me feel great. I hope you guys are feeling great. All right? So I just wanted to pop in and say real quick, you know, don't let the naysayers, don't let whatever, the maggots get you down. Not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. We're not going to let the Mike H's of the world get us down. It ain't going to happen, man. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Not going to happen. We're feeling good, and we're going to keep the momentum going all the way through September, October, and into November 5th. And it's going to be a great day, great thing. And you know what? There might be some tears, but it'll be tears of joy. Tears of joy, I tell you. That's right. So you can put that in your pipe and smoke it, Mike H. Tears of joy. There's going to be cookie crumbles of joy. That's right. Cookie crumbles of joy. Now, I don't know about all this I feel good, you feel good bullshit, but yeah, even I'm going to be voting for Kamala Harris. Yeah. Even me, old tough cookie. Maybe I don't get all weepy and, teary-eyed like some of you fancy boys in this room looking at you, Trucker John. But, yeah, I'm happy. See, don't I look happy? Look at me. Got my little red lips there. pointed upward. I'm happy. I'm damn happy. Yeah, so I'm feeling good about it too. Even old Tough Cookie here, feeling pretty good about our odds. Old Kamala Harris there being the next president, and I'm looking forward to it. Don't let this tough exterior fool you. All right, I'm just as happy as the next guy, old Paul the Purple Beard guy. All right, so let's bring it on. Bring it on, I say. That's what I say. Bring it on, Trump. You're going down. The old fat orange Cheeto poopy head. I don't know, but yeah, I am there with you though, Paul, the purple beard guy. Yeah, Kamala's gonna win this thing. Don't let anybody else tell you anything different. All right, Kamala Harris all the way. Just make sure you guys are registered, please. Get your votes in. Everybody vote. All right. All right. There you go. Those guys just pop in. You just never know. You never know when those guys are going to pop in. Now go mop the floors, you guys. Got a half inch of water in there. Let's see. Mike H., you are living in a fantasy world. Like I said, I understand. Okay, you're a maggot. You're rooting for Trump. You're going to vote for Trump. But to say that there's not a chance, that is where you are really delusional. To say there's not a chance that Kamala Harris is going to win, that is delusional. Very delusional. And you should probably get yourself checked out with a psychiatrist at this point, because your delusion is grand, like a grand illusion by Styx. Let's see. CN says, I will be crying when it's November 5th and it's all over behind my laptop. Andrew Petrie says, why are Trump supporters so dumb and blind? I don't understand. I can see a few people, but millions of dumb people? My God. Well, the reason for millions of dumb people is because of right-wing media. It's been decades of propaganda. Fox News has basically been the big propaganda machine for the Republican Party. Rush Limbaugh, who did have TV shows, but it was mainly on radio, blasting his bullshit 24/7. Multiple radio stations in the same markets, literally 24/7. They would they would have him on. I mean, maybe not 24 hours continuously, but all throughout the day, his shows would be playing, and it was 7 days a week. Multiple radio stations in the same market, getting blasted with fucking Rush Limbaugh bullshit, and Hannity's on TV and has radio shows. Glenn Beck, radio and TV. Bill O'Reilly had radio and TV. Michael Savage, mainly radio, but I think he had some TV for a while. All this kind of shit. And now you got Newsmax, and you got RSBN, I think it is, and there's OAN, and you've got all these other things, and it's just a continual blasting of right-wing propaganda. It's not even news. We all know it. That's where I think the first president I heard talk about fake news was actually Obama. President Obama actually called Fox News fake news. And he did it, I think, once or twice. He wasn't like Trump, who says it a million times. But Trump, I guess to his credit, he knows how to get his point across, or he knows how to, like, he'll just repeat something over and over again. So now, then Trump started calling just all the media fake news, except for Fox News, I guess. But he started calling ABC and NBC and CBS and MSNBC and CNN the fake news, and he said it over and over and over and over and over again. So that's how you get millions of people to support you. When you have the platform that Donald Trump has been able to go on, and the Republican Party and as a whole, and their candidates and their office holders have had this this mouthpiece, or this, you know, this ability to go on these platforms and just get their message out. Like I say, 24/7, radio and TV and the internet now, and it's relentless. That's how you get millions of people to be dumb when it comes to following, especially Donald Trump. Um, that's how they do it, and we need to combat that by improving our messaging. And I think the Kamala Harris and Tim Walz campaign, have finally figured that out about getting messaging across, and using the platforms to get their message out, to get their positive message out. And that's why we're going to see Donald Trump go down in flames. Michael McAndrews says, pretty sad, Andrew. I watched it all, couldn't stop. The RW push, we need to fix a lot of things. The right-wing push, I guess. Jay, I dig it. The problem is, how do you make proximity to Donald easier for our Secret Service if all dudes and gals have to be right next to him in prison? They run risk of being hurt when body blocking. There is a thing called protective custody in prisons. There's a thing called isolation. They could put him in ISO. He doesn't have to be in Gen Pop. I think putting him in his own cell and out of general population would be just as horrible for him. I think there are ways that they could do it. There are ways if they really want to do it. Let's see. Mad Max says, come on over to the USA and party like most of the people will be doing then. You heard the song Party in the USA. All the maggots will crawl back under their rocks again. I don't know. Dan Darn says, I've hated Trump since I saw him on Oprah 40-some years ago. His first wife was there, said she had to call him the Donald. Give me a break. What a pig. Yeah, I've never liked the guy either, Dana. I've never liked him either, going way back. I just always thought he was just this sort of skeevy, sleazy New York billionaire, or millionaire then, I guess. I've never saw any redeeming qualities in the guy. Hey, Kim Chi's here. Good to see Kim Chi. Thanks for joining us here in the driver's lounge. Kim Chi says hello. Gorgeous Genius Mutter Trucklers. Hugs. All righty. Good to see you. Gina Maynard says conservative trolls are just bigots, too cowardly to be racist, sexist, homophobic in person. Looking at you, Mickey. I don't know who Mickey is. Oh, Mikey, I guess. For Mike H. Sometimes I'm a little slow. I'm going to skip down a bit. I know I'm really behind in the chat, so I'm going to skip down a little bit. As Old as In says, they are fine with murder if the babies are on the other side of the world. Yeah. And even here, once the kid is born, they don't give a fuck about it either. So they don't give a fuck about trying to provide quality education, trying to get people out of poverty, like the child tax credit that lifted 50% right off the bat. It cut child poverty in half. And they don't give a fuck about that. The Republicans just shot that down from keeping that going. And I think Kamala Harris has a plan where she wants to even expand that, where it will even help even more kids to be out of poverty. Republicans don't give a fuck about kids being in poverty. Let's see. Just sort of skipping down here a little bit. Don O'Leary is here. Good to see Don. I guess Don's leaving. See y'all later. Take care, I think that means. All right, Don, thanks for being here. I don't know if I saw that you were in here, but thanks for being here, and hopefully we'll see you again on the next one. Let's see. I'm just skipping down. You guys were all chatting very nicely about a bunch of topics here. And Tim Farrell here says Trump might flee before the election. Yeah, I mentioned that. Thanks, Tim. Tim's here, one of our resident Tims. Good to see Tim Farrell in the driver's lounge. Thanks for hanging out with us, Tim. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and share button for me if you would. That would be awesome. But yeah, Tim, I had mentioned that too because someone was saying that he's going to leave like in January or something. I'm saying he's a flight risk right now. Right this instant, he's a flight risk because he's already seeing that he's probably going to lose. So, anyhow, CN, I guess is CN leaving. Good to see you, CN. Thanks for being here. Jolie says, I would be happy if Trump gets banned from news and social media. Tired of hearing that racist, misogynistic, rapist, orange piece of shit voice. Me too, Jolie. I agree. I agree. Mike H says that's your opinion. I'm not sure if what you were talking about. What was I talking about when you said that? It's been a while. I know I'm behind in the chat, but of course that's my opinion, and I do believe that my opinion is shared by a lot of other people, though. You know. Hey, Terry Taylor's here. Good to see Terry. Haven't seen Terry in a while. Thanks for joining us here in the driver's lounge. Terry says, hi, TJ in chat. I'm loving what you're saying, TJ. You are spot on. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you very much. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I don't know why. If I do an Elvis impression, I don't know why I've got to get right down here on him. Oh, thank you very much. Oh, thank you. I am the king. Thank you very much. Anyhow, thank you, Terry. And I do mean that. Thank you very much for being here, for hanging out with us, and good to see you. Haven't seen Terry Taylor in a while, so thanks for coming on in. Let's see. Who else is in here that I haven't seen in a while? Michael B. Andrews says support for Donald is only about reciprocal immunity from the law. Donald promises maggots that he'll pay for their lawyers. Why all those Jan 6 hostages rot in jail. And maggots promise Donald. He is very transactional, that's for sure. Hey, Jolie has got a little reminder here. It says, Trucker John has channel memberships. I do. You can be a member. And membership has its privileges. Because I do have some members-only videos that I've posted. You might want to check those out. It's not stuff you get to see every day. It's only members only, man. And we have super chats, super stickers, and you can also support the show by liking, subscribing, and sharing. And those are awesome ways. I always recommend you do that. And also, you can buy me a coffee over at buymeacoffee.com because you knows I like my coffee. It's almost gone already. But there's the link for that. So thank you, Jolie, for posting that up. Let's see. Who else we got? Some words of wisdom here from Mike H. Kamala is a nobody. Okay, that right off the bat, you're wrong. She's not a nobody. She's a former California Attorney General, a former senator from California, you know, the most populated state in the country, the 5th largest economy in the world, or thereabouts. Okay, and she's been now vice president for almost 4 years. She's not a nobody, you stupid twit. And thank you for giving me a thumbs up if you did. Last time I called you a taint licker. Now I'm calling you a stupid twit. I still appreciate your thumbs ups, though, Mike. But to say Kamala is a nobody, you can say you don't like her, you disagree with her policies, or you know you don't think she's, I don't know why you say she's not fit for office, but to say she's a nobody, you've just I haven't even read the rest of your post, and you've already disqualified yourself from me even finishing it. So you know what? I'm not going to finish it. I'm not going to finish reading the rest of your post because just saying that she's a nobody, that tells me that you're a dipshit and you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So the rest of that post does not deserve to be read. I'm skipping on. I'm moving on. Let's see here. J.A. Dickens says, I have the equivalency of a shot of vodka. $B arriving here. I am very okay. Sort of buzzed. We can do this one. Now I want a shot of vodka. B dollar. Michael McAndrews says, very interesting that MAGA's new slogan is Make America Rich Again and not Make Americans Rich Again. The intentional ignorance of Republicans will never cease because it's protection from the law. I didn't know that was their new slogan. I didn't know that. Here's Cindy Clark. We got Cindy Clark in the driver's lounge. Don't believe I've seen Cindy Clark before, so I do want to say welcome to the chat, to the driver's lounge. Good to see you. Cindy Clark says, how can Trump has a felony allowed to vote in Florida? Yeah, how can Trump, who he's got he's convicted felonies, he's not supposed to be able to, I don't believe. Isn't that's the Florida law? If you're a convicted felon, he's not supposed to be able to. He should be charged for that, for illegally voting. It's a very good point, Cindy. Michael McAndrews says, Cindy, Governor DeSantis has already publicly announced he's changing the law so Donald can vote. I didn't know a governor could just single-handedly change the law. Don't they have a state Congress there? The state legislature? Doesn't it have to go through them? I didn't realize that Florida was such a little dictatorship. But I should have known. I should have known. Terry Taylor says, please check to make sure you haven't been purged too, especially in red states. Yeah, as I always say over and over again, vote.org, check your registration, make sure that you're all good to go. Check that regularly. Kimchi says, be right back. Alrighty. Yeah, come on back. We'll be here. We'll be here for a little while longer, I guess. Another, I don't know, not too much longer. I might be shutting off pretty soon here. Let's see. J.A. Dickey says, Mike Gage, if Trump loses, oh, he's talking to Mike H., I guess. We will be sympathetic. We will be celebrating, breathing a sigh of relief. Yeah, I will be ecstatic and happy when Trump loses. Hey, Diane Capio Bianco is here. Hello. Hello to you. Good to see you in the chat. Thanks for joining us here in the driver's lounge. Always good to see Diane here. Cindy Clark says, dancing in the streets for weeks when Trump loses. Absolutely. It'll be a party. It'll be a party. We'll be so happy. Mike H., we'll be so happy. Denise says that Mike H., I love pit bulls. We just had mine neutered after a year, so he got real big. Ooh, yeah. J.A. Dickey, Joe Biden had to denazify our government after he was sworn in. Trump wanted to do more damage, fire more people, and replace them by MAGA political hacks. That's what's a lot of what is in Project 2025. You know, replacing not only people in, like, of course, in his administration or in government, cabinet positions or whatever, but all throughout the civil service ranks, replacing them with loyalists, right? With people who are just loyal to Donald Trump, because that's all it is for Donald Trump. It's all about being loyal to him, and he doesn't give a fuck about returning that loyalty, and that's some of the warnings of 2025, that Project 2025. Michael Meandros says Donald and Abbott sold the U.S.'s largest oil refinery and filled to the Saudi-owned Ameresco at cost, and we have yet again become the largest exporter of oil while still investing in clean energy. I'm going to add energy to that. I sort of did an edit there myself, Michael. Forgive me if I did for doing that if I wasn't supposed to. I'm going to skip on down a little bit here. J.A. Dickey says, nice answer, Trucker John. Thank you. Again, when I skip down in the chats, I'm not sure what the references are, but I'm sure you're right. Let me skip down. I'm just skipping down because we're almost coming to the end of the show here, and I'm sort of skipping down a little bit. J.A. Dickey says, Donald Trump pulled off an equivalency of Harding's Teapot Dome scandal. Thanks for reminding me, Michael Meandros. Surrender Monkey says, well, this is a point that makes me really angry. If you force people to have children, then you are responsible for that child. Full stop. That's kind of socialism. Yeah, like I said, they really are all concerned about a woman making a choice, a reproductive choice. They want to force a woman who gets pregnant to carry that to term, and then once that child is born, they don't give a fuck. Hey, Pastor Bodaster's here. Says, hey, Trucker John. Well, hey, back at you. Good to see Pastor Bodaster. Haven't seen you in a while. Thanks for being here. Thanks for checking in, joining us here in the Driver's Lounge. Tim Farrell says, when MAGA says stuff like Democrats eat babies or pedophiles, do you believe it, Mike H? Oh, yeah, that's a good question. Do you believe all that shit? I bet he does. Mike H is so far gone. I bet he believes all that horse shit. And again, I always wonder, is that projection? Are they the ones that are eating the babies? Or at least some of them, the Republicans, the maggots? Sounds like it could be projection. Hey, there's Janelle Walker. Hello, Janelle. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us here in the Driver's Lounge. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and share for me if you would. That would be great. Mo Yeager says, Trump has not yet paid our Deutsche Bank $2 billion. The man is... He doesn't pay anything. He never pays anything. Denise Wilkins says, Pastor Bodaster, hey, what's new? Were you at Dude last night after Jay took over the show? I was laughing so hard. He's funny and so talented. I was watching Dude a little bit, and then I went out and Ubered, so I didn't see when Jay took over. I missed that part. Joel, taint liquor still funny. I'm really behind in the chat, aren't I? Because that was 15 minutes ago, probably. J.A. Dickey says, she has been a very good vice president. She was very loyal to her POTUS. Mike H., okay, she's a border czar. She was never a border czar. You're just believing more of the right-wing bullshit. She was appointed to go find out the root causes of the immigration coming from the southern countries, from Central America and South America. That's what she was tasked with, was finding out the root causes and trying to address the immigration problem from that perspective. That's what she was tasked with. She's not a border czar. That was just because the New York Times or some publications called her that, That doesn't mean that that's what she was, because she wasn't. So, Mike H., once again, you're a dumb shit. Kimchi says, damage on the way you handled that troll question makes me love you even more. Thank you very much, Kimchi. Michael McAndrews, Vance is a stalker nut job. Absolutely. And talk about being a nobody. J.D. Vance for vice president. He's only been in the Senate not even 2 years, I don't think. And he never held any other political thing. He just went right to Senate, and only because he got some popularity writing a stupid book. And the Democrat that he was going against in Ohio was pretty weak. Really ran a shitty campaign. Didn't run on. I don't think he ran on Roe, which he should have. That was Tim. Wasn't that? Was it Tim Kaine or whoever the fuck it was that Vance beat? Anyhow, we're talking about a nobody. J.D. Vance is a nobody. And he certainly does not deserve to be a heartbeat away from the presidency. That might drive away a lot of votes, just thinking of it that way. Do you really want J.D. Vance to be a heartbeat away from being the president of the United States? I think millions and millions of voters out there are saying, hell no. Hell no. Hey, look at here. We got Nick Rich gifted a membership. Thank you, Nick. I didn't even know you were here. Nick Rich, thank you for being here. Oh, there he is. Nick Rich, like number 64, can't stay. But you came in and you gifted a membership, all the same. So thank you, Nick Rich, so much for being here. I do appreciate it. You might want to watch the replay because we already had some visitations by some of our favorite people. But anyway, just saying that, throwing that out there. Nick Rich gifted it. And look who got the membership. Look who got the membership. Good old Mike H. Mike H., congratulations. Enjoy your membership. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Hey, Jay Sands is here. Don't know if I've seen Jay Sands before. Thanks for being here, by the way. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Welcome to the Driver's Lounge. Jay Sands says, why is Trump flying around in Epstein's old airplane? My understanding is that Trump's plane was grounded, either because it needed maintenance or there was some maintenance issues, or I don't know what the deal is. So then they had to charter a plane, another plane. And it just so happens that the charter company that they chartered from happened to have Epstein's old plane. I believe it was all coincidence. I do believe it, but someone was saying maybe Trump should have said, once they found out that it was Epstein's old plane, maybe they should have said, maybe we shouldn't take this plane because it's just going to bring up all of the whole Epstein thing, But just know this, Donald Trump has been in that plane before. Several times, I'm sure. And he may have raped underage girls and maybe boys in that plane. I don't know. I'm just speculating. But it does, by the fact that he's in that plane, it's going to bring up those questions. So that's, maybe they should have said, you know what? Can you get us a different plane? I'm just saying. Nick Rich says, I'm actually glad that a troll got my gamble. Yeah, I think it's okay. I'm okay with it. Let's see. James Williams says, everybody knows the criminal always returns to the crime of the scene. He feels pretty comfortable reliving his crimes. Alvin Stube is here. Good to see Alvin. Thanks for joining us here in the Driver's Lounge. I'm just sort of skipping down a little bit here. Jolie says that Pamela, Mike is a valuable czar of dumbasses, taint liquor, part of our community. Yeah, we've all grown to, I don't know, at least tolerate Mike H., I guess. I don't know. Taylor says root causes are too complex for maggots to comprehend, TJ. Apparently. Isolde Zinn is going to work. See y'all later. Thank you, Isolde, for being here, by the way. Thank you so much. Appreciate you hanging out with us. I should be back Saturday, or I might be back this afternoon. I don't know. Playing that by ear. Usually I like to do some sort of a hangouts type of a deal with Hal. I think he might be coming on early today. I don't know his schedule because he's in Orlando still, I think. So whether I come on this afternoon, just be on the lookout. I might pop on. Maybe before Hal, maybe after Hal, and we can do another hangout session. But then for sure Saturday at around 11 a.m., I'll also do another hangout session where we hang out after Hal's show. Just as a reminder to you guys. Michael Meandros says, and don't forget, it was GOP governors keeping all federal personnel from the area so they could complain about not getting any help. Foundational maggot playbook. Not sure what that was about, keeping federal personnel from the area. Hey, we've got Maria Bingston. I don't believe I've seen Maria in the chat before, so I just want to say welcome, Maria. Thanks for being here. We've got new faces. We've got a lot of new faces. You know, we grew after I posted that video of the Harris rally here in Vegas. We've gotten over 1,200 new subscribers out of that video alone. So I want to thank you guys for watching that video. I want to thank you for subscribing, and I want to thank you for coming here and hanging out in the chat here as we just shoot the shit. And so thank you, Maria, for being here. I don't know how if you where you saw us from, but thanks for being here. Now here's what Maria says. Maria says Joe Biden and Kamala Harris is having a speech right now. All right. Thanks for that update. So, and I'm going to be signing off here real soon. And maybe if you guys want to go watch that, you can watch that. Denise says being involved in any way trying to fix the border isn't a bad thing. It's doing the job to make it work better. MAGA complains if we do nothing or if we do something. Get over yourself. Yeah, it's like no matter what. We have a border bill ready to go, ready to be signed by the president. And the Republicans killed it on the behest of Donald J. Trump. So, you know, what are we supposed to do? MJ Daniel says, if Republicans wanted actual solutions, they would have done all of these things in 2016 when they had full majority, but they did not. They did nothing. Why would I think it would be different now? Exactly, MJ Daniel. Trump was president for 4 years. And the Republicans had control of the Congress. Why didn't they do anything about the border then? I guess I could say, well, he was building a wall. The wall didn't do jack diddly squat, you stupid fucks. Mo Yeager says, Trucker John, if Kamala wins, I will visit you in the USA and we have a mega party of our lives. That sounds great. I look forward to that. Looking forward to that big party. Nick Rich says, Mike H, tell your friends to join us. We have thick skin, as you found out. Yeah, bring them on. Bring them on. All are welcome here. Unless, you know, you start using the N-word or, you know, engaging in really, you know, bad hate speech, or you're really putting out really super like bad information or whatever, like, you know, then you'll get bounced. But if you just want to have a conversation like Mike H, I think keeps it pretty reasonable. That's why he's still here. Otherwise, he would have been gone a long time ago. But, you know, if you can have a conversation and voice your opinions, and that's fine. Tim Farrell says, Hal is kind of stepping on Johnny's toes with his schedule. No, not really. I mean, no, it's not really stepping on my toes. I'm just trying to figure out. It's just like I said, I like to do these sort of hangout shows on Thursday, like for his Thursday afternoon show where we hang out for an hour. And I'm just not sure what time he's coming on today. So there might not be a hangout show. This might be it for today. I'm not really sure. But you never know. I might pop on. So keep your notification buttons clicked, and be on the lookout. Bolo. It's called a bolo. Anyhow, I'm just skipping down. Michael Meanders. I go to Hal after TJ shuts down. And like I say, I haven't heard any updates on Hal's time that he's coming on today. I don't even know if he knew for sure. Because, like I said, he's in Orlando celebrating this week his girlfriend, the lovely Summer. She is a lovely gal. I met her at the Nerd Halen, where I just said hi to her, and she's so lovely. And I see them together. A couple, I've seen them, when they look at each other and everything. You can just tell they're in love, and they've been together for quite a while now. And I think it's just a great relationship. I love seeing those two together, Hal and Summer, and they're out there in Orlando having a great time. So I don't know, but he said he was going to come on sometime today. I just don't know what time. But it's not really stepping on my toes. It's just kind of hard to schedule stuff, I guess, and that. But it's all good. It's all good, man. The man deserves a vacation and deserves to have some good time with his girl there. So I'm happy for him. Let's see. MJ Daniel says also border seizures are up. The Biden administration is doing a job. Yeah. Under Biden, border crossings are, at a low, the lowest we've seen in years. I just don't know how you can really criticize too much the Biden administration and what they've done. I mean, they're not perfect, and we could probably say, well, I wish they would have done this a little bit differently or that a little bit differently. But overall, I mean, if we're going to give them a grade, I've got to give the Biden administration an A. I really do. Just things we've done with the economy. I know. Hey, look at inflation. Did you hear the latest inflation report down to 2.9%? Mike H, put that in your fucking pipe and smoke it. Everybody talking about inflation so high. We're down to 2.9% under this Biden administration, under the Biden economic policies. Thank you very much, Joe Biden. Thank you. Oh my God. Thank you. Joe Biden and his policies have given us the best fucking goddamn economy in the world. The best economy we've seen in decades. Thank you, Joe Biden. That cannot be said enough. People act like Joe Biden's not the president anymore. He's still the fucking president. He's still doing a great job. We're down to 2.9% inflation. You don't really want it going much lower than that, because then that will stall the economy. You want to have we're right there in that wheelhouse of inflation. We're right where you want it to be. Joe Biden has done an outstanding, phenomenal job as president. And for the Mike H's of the world to not see that, then, whatever it is, brainwashing, with all that propaganda, the right-wing propaganda, whatever it is, man, you can't even give it up for Joe Biden. You can't even appreciate. And you just want to talk about how bad the economy is because your eggs are fucking $1 more or whatever. Your gas is a little bit more. That's not Joe Biden's problem. That's called greedflation. The prices at the grocery market, they're making record profits. They're making profits like they've never, ever made before. $billion profits. They don't have to price their eggs as high as they're pricing them. It's called greedflation. Look it up, Mike H. That's not Joe Biden's fault. That greedy corporations are price gouging, Mike H. It's called price gouging. It's not because of inflation, which is now at 2.9%. And it's always been, coming out of COVID, the lowest of all the major industrialized nations in the world. We had the lowest inflation. Lots of these countries were having 15 and 20% inflation rates. We never went over 9. And now we're at 2.9. So fuck you, you fucking taint liquor. Thank you for the thumbs up, though, by the way. All right, that's enough of a rant on that. That's enough of a rant. We're at 2 hours, 19 minutes. Scully Pop is here. Hey, Scully. Scully always comes in at the tail end as I'm ending the show. But I know Scully will watch the replay. Thank you so much, Scully, for your support and for being here and hanging out for a little tiny bit in the driver's lounge. Thank all you guys. I think I'm going to go ahead and so far, maintenance hasn't come back. He said he was going to come back. For those of you that weren't here earlier, I've got about a quarter of an inch of water sitting in my kitchen and half of my living room and into my bedroom a little bit and into my bathroom. I'm underwater here. I've got a water issue, a plumbing issue. They say he said it was a slab leak. I've got a slab leak. Apparently, several units in this building have a slab leak. It's not just me. So I'm underwater. I got to go, I guess, address that issue. I don't know if I'll be later on today. As soon as I know, I'll post a little reminder thing or whatever. Put your notification buttons on. And I'll see you guys, if not this afternoon, certainly Saturday. Maybe even tomorrow. Yesterday I did a Wednesday show, which I don't normally do. I might do tomorrow if Hal Sparks is traveling, and if he's not going to be on, let's say tomorrow morning, I might do a morning show. Just because I know you guys like the thumb up. I was reading Scully and said thumb up. You guys thank you for thumb up. You guys like to hang out. We all like to hang out. So I might do, if Hal's not on tomorrow morning, maybe I'll do a Friday morning show. But certainly our next regularly scheduled show, would be today. But again, I'm not sure. I'm up in the air about today. And then Saturday, Hal will have a Saturday morning show like he always does. And I'll come on afterwards for a little House Sparks after show hangout. And it's open to everybody. You don't even have to be a sparkler, as we call the House Sparks fans, sparklers. You don't have to be. It's open to everybody. You could be a truckler, which is a truckler person. Or you could just be a Mike H who doesn't like either, but likes hanging out with us. So you could be a Mike H. That's fine too. And we'll be here at 11 a.m. Pacific time, thereabouts. And we'll see you there. Taylor says, "Oh my God, that's terrible. Hope it gets resolved." Yeah, I got the water. I woke up. You know how you wake up and you got to go to the bathroom. So I woke up. I'm walking and first I just see a bunch of water in the bathroom, and I'm like, "Oh fuck, what happened?" I went to the bathroom. I had to still go to the bathroom, so I did that, and then I'm just thinking that there was a leak somewhere from the bathroom. But then as I walked out of the bathroom, I could see that the water was going out my door, and it was like in the kitchen and in the living room, and I'm like, "Oh fuck, this is like everywhere." So yeah, but I'm sure they'll get it worked on. They have a big maintenance crew, and they're calling out plumbers and shit. So hopefully that will be resolved. I just don't know how long it's going to take. This is getting crazy. I had the problem with the ceiling, and they supposedly fixed that. And then as soon as that was fixed, now I got the problem with the floor. I've got slab leak. Apparently that's a thing. I don't know. But anyhow, guys, okay, so I just ran down the schedule, and hope to see you guys on the next one. I'm just looking here. Mike H says, "Don't get trench foot, TJ." Thank you, Mike H. I will try not to. Thank you for your concern, Mike H. You guys are still... There's Robert Papone. I have not seen Robert Papone in a while. Thank you for dropping in just as we're leaving. What's up, Lot Lizards? Do you need some commercial company? Knock, knock, knock. Hey, Robert Papone. Good to see Robert. Haven't seen Robert in a while. Thanks for coming on back in the driver's lounge. I was just hanging up. Janelle says, call Boston Brian. I know that's the common thing that people say. Yeah, I should call Boston to tell him, hey, man, fly on out here and fix my plumbing for me. William says, see everyone next time. Scully Pop, sounds good. All right, guys. So, all right, I guess that's it for today. I hope you guys have a great day, a great rest of your day. Guten Abend. Guten Abend for my German and Dutch friends. I guess did I say that one right? Guten Tag. Guten Tag. Guten Abend. And we'll see you Guten Morgen. No, I don't know. But you guys are awesome. I want to thank everybody for being here. We're at 3,300 subscriptions. Let's keep it going. Let's hit that share button so we can get maybe as big as Boston Brian. Speaking of Boston Brian, don't you want Trucker John to have as many subscriptions as Boston Brian? I think he's at like 10,000 or something. So we got a ways to go. And by the way, I did see the link. Did I mention it? Jolie did drop a link for Liberal Dan. Let's get Liberal Dan up there. Liberal Dan's a great guy. If you haven't seen the show, he's probably the best show on the internet. I'm telling you, man. Go see Liberal Dan. He's on every Monday night and Wednesday night. Let's see, it's 6 p.m. my time, so I think it's 8 p.m. Central because he's in the Central Time Zone. He does his show out of Nolens or out of Louisiana. I don't know if he's in Nolens. How do you say you don't say New Orleans? I know you don't say. If you say New Orleans, people they'll give you a side eye or something. You know what I mean? But I think they say Nolens, going down there, Nolens or something like that. But I usually say New Orleans, I think. I think that's the way a Californian would say it. I'm a Californian, basically, living in Nevada now. I think it's saying New Orleans. But I think down there, I think they say Nolens. Something like that. Anyhow, but there's that. If you want to scroll back up real quick, you'll see the link to the Liberal Dan show. Now, there it is. Liberal Dan is on Mondays and Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So go over there, like and subscribe and share that show because that's a great show. So, there's a lot of great shows, you guys, right? I mean, not only the biggies like, Randy Rhoads and Tom Hartman and I'm going to put Hal Sparks up there and as being a biggie. He's a biggie. Those are the big guys. But then we've got, Boston Brian, who's climbing up there. We got Major Ojeda, who's great. Nicole Sandler is awesome. I'm in here doing my thing. You got Liberal Dan. You got Benny and Diane doing their thing. Who else we got? Maybe I'm missing somebody, but we've got some really, I think, interesting, great, if you want to say liberal, progressive voices. I don't really like those labels. I just say I'm a Democrat. I'm a fucking Democrat, man. My whole fucking life. Support these shows. Let's get us all going with likes, subscribes, and shares. There's no reason why why the fuck does Russell Brand? I guess I can understand Russell Brand because he was for a while there. He was kind of a big movie star. Made a lot of big movies. So I guess you could understand why he could just do something and automatically get 1 million viewers or 1 million subscribers or something. But I mean, I don't know, Jimmy Dore, fucking asshole like Jimmy Dore, or I don't know, even like Glenn Beck and those guys. I mean, well, of course they were propped up. They had a lot of big money people that propped them up, but I don't know. I don't understand. Even Alex Jones. Why doesn't Alex Jones get millions and millions of viewers and subscribers? And before he kind of shot himself in the foot there with Sandy Hook and the awful, horrible things he said about the parents of those poor children that were slaughtered. In his heyday, he was making, what was it, like, I want to say it was like $250,000 a week or something because of all of his followers, and they were buying all his shit and his dick pills and whatever. I mean, why does that? Why do we see and even like Ben Shapiro, who has like 2 caterpillars above his eyes, I guess. I mean, and he has this little trolly voice. It has millions of subscribers. Why? Why? It doesn't make any sense. They're obnoxious. They're just obnoxious assholes, and they spread lies and hate, and they get so many views and subscribers. Why? I think I think Liberal Dan was just touching on this last night. How Sparks should have 3 million subscribers, you know, or whatever. He should have the numbers that an Alex Jones has or a Ben Shapiro has. There's no question about that. But Hal Sparks has to, scratch and claw and, his way to getting 70,000. He's finally at 70,000. Why? He should have 3 million. So I don't know. I guess what we can do, we can play our small part by watching those shows, liking, subscribing, sharing, and just hope it gets in the algorithm and help it gets going. Get that algorithm, like Little Dan always says, Al Gore needs rhythm or whatever his joke is. So, I guess my point is, coming on to my show and Liberal Dan and House Sparks, whatever, when you hit that like button, it is so important. So when I that's why I ask you guys to hit the like button, because it is important. It gets us in the algorithm, and it gets us shows. And maybe my show's not worthy of it, but I think Boston Brian and Liberal Dan and certainly House Sparks, I think, are worthy of having, and Ojeda too. I think I left Ojeda out. I think those are shows that really should have millions of followers, millions of subscribers. And so when you like and you subscribe and you hit the share button, hitting the share button, and you can share it to whatever, you can share it to, when you do that, out to your other places that you hang out, whether it's Facebook or Threads or wherever you go now. I don't go to X. I dumped X, by the way. I do not do X anymore. And I love Tesla cars, and I've been wanting to buy one. I probably won't buy at least not a new one now because of Elon Musk. And I've been renting a Tesla Model 3, and I love that car. It's my favorite car I've ever had, even though I just rent it. But it's the best car that I've ever had, and I love that car. And I would love to buy a new one. But I think if I buy one, it'll be a used one. At least that's my way of saying I'm not, buying directly from the company. I just, Elon Musk, you done fucked up, boy. You had in me a liberal, progressive Democrat who was all on board with your product, who was all on board with you. And you had to fuck it up, didn't you? You had to buy Twitter and turn it into a shithole. And then you had to post all your fucking xenophobic, anti-Semitic, fucking Russia-loving bullshit and your MAGA-loving bullshit. So you fucked up, boy. Because you just lost a fucking customer. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. And I love Tesla cars, but I will not buy a new one from Tesla. As long as Elon Musk is the CEO there. So I don't know if this will ever get to whoever needs to hear it, but if there are people that can get him off the board or remove him as CEO, I suggest you do it. Because as important as he was, I guess, of starting the company, he's now just as much a liability of ruining the company. If you guys want to keep Tesla alive, I suggest you get rid of Elon Musk. If you can do that, if you can do a hostile takeover and get him off of there. Because I will not buy a new Tesla as long as Elon Musk is in charge of the company. I already got rid of X and now Tesla. And believe me, if anyone who's been following me, I stick up for Tesla, for their automobiles, because I love the Model 3 and I love the Model Y for sure. I've never driven the other cars. But the Model 3 and the Y, I think, are excellent vehicles. I love those cars. But you just lost a customer, Elon Musk. So there's that. All right, Tara Buster, Tara Devlin, Terry Taylor, yes, and I was on her show. How could I neglect putting Tara Devlin in the mix? Absolutely, she should have 3 million followers. Absolutely, Terry. Thanks for reminding me. How could I be? How could I be remiss? I was on her show, and I've been a fan and a follower of Tara Devlin for years and years now. Um, Sort of Monkey says, Trucker John, saying you are leaving but not is bad. I have to wait now for beer, drugs, and playing. Can't mind without. I know, I know. Is this sort of like one of those Midwestern goodbyes? I think Hal Sparks may have rubbed off on me in that regard. I don't think I've ever done this long of a Midwestern goodbye, though. J.A. Dickey says, from a small acorn, mighty oak grows. Tell Hal that. Terry Taylor says, humans are incomprehensible, TJ. Way too many are easily manipulated and duped. Robert Perpone says, I quit doing ecstasy years ago. You mean X as in Twitter? Yes. Yes, I was talking about the social media platform formerly known as Twitter. Tim Farrell says, I love Hal, never miss it. I wish he would admit he was wrong about Biden stepping down. I took a beating in the chat for saying I thought it would happen. Patreon 3+ years. Let's see, what did he never admit that? I don't know. But I didn't think he would step down either. And I was against it. I really was, because it was impressed, not because I had any doubts or I didn't like Kamala Harris, but I just thought this late in the game, I mean, it's unprecedented. And if he steps down, it's going to fuck everything up. But as we've seen, it's just the opposite. And so maybe it was the best thing that could happen. Mad Max says, stupidest truck I have ever seen, Tesla truck. Yeah, the Cybertruck. The more I look at that, the more I hate it. I was always like, I think I kind of like it. I think it's kind of cool. And I would still like to drive one. But the more I look at them, and I've been seeing more and more of them around town, especially the ones that are that don't have a wrap. Like the ones that are wrapped, I think look a lot better. But the stainless steel ones, the more I see those, I go, God, that is ugly. That is fucking ugly. Why can't he just make a regular, more conventional looking truck that looks more like a truck? Why did he have to do that? And there's all kinds of stories about what pieces of shit they are. So yeah, but I can tell you, I can vouch for the Model 3. I've been driving the Model 3 for a year and a half now. I haven't had any issues with it, no problems, and I love the car. It's the best car I've ever driven in my life. And I did test drive a Model Y, and the Model Y is basically a Model 3, just a little bit bigger and roomier. And so I would love, if I do get one, and it'll be a used one. I'm not buying a new one. You heard it here. I'm not buying a new Model Y until Elon Musk is out. So if I get one, it'll be a used one, probably from the Hertz lot because they sell them used. But I would like to get a Model Y, and so I can vouch for those two models. I've heard the Model S is really nice. I would like to drive a Model S. I've never driven one. A Model X, I'm sure, is nice. Since I do Uber, I don't think I would want to mess with the gold wing doors with Ubering. I have seen some Model X's that do Uber, so it can be done. It just seems like I don't know. It just seems like the gold wing doors might be a hassle, but I don't know. Maybe it'd be cool. I mean, I'm sure the customers would think it was cool. So, but anyhow, those are really expensive. Those are really out of my price range. But the Model 3 and Model Y are much more in my price range. So, and I think the Model Y is a great car. So, but yeah, the Cybertruck is really. The more I look at it, the more I kind of hate it. Mad Max says, I will never buy a Tesla because of Elmo. Yeah, he's ruining it. He's ruining their own company. At this point, he is becoming a detriment to the company. They need to move him out if that's possible. I don't know how all that, if there's an executive board and how that stuff works, but if they can move him out, they need to move him out. Apple 707 says Elon is gross. I agree, Apple 707. And by the way, I'd never seen Apple 707 here before, so I just want to extend a little greeting and say hello. Thank you. Not Dublin, Tim Farrell. Devlin. See, that's the thing. There's two Taras. One is Dublin, and one is Devlin. Tara Devlin has that show, and I'm looking down here. Jolie has the link. It's Tara Buster with Tara Devlin on YouTube. There's the link. You can go check her out. Make sure you please, if you do check her out, please, I'm begging you, just hit the subscription button. It doesn't cost you a dime. Hit the thumbs up button. It doesn't cost you a dime, and it helps so much. And if you could share the show, share it out, man. Share it out. It really, really does help the shows to grow. So if you check out, you hit that link for Tara Buster, which is Tara Devlin, not Tara Dublin. I know Tara Dublin. We know her because she comes on House Show usually Mondays, right? And I don't know her link. I've never been on. I don't know if she has a YouTube channel or not, but Tara Devlin does. So when you do check out, whether it's Tara Devlin, Liberal Dan, please, I'm begging you guys, hit the subscription button, hit the thumbs up button. It does not cost you a dime, and it takes like 1 second for each click. And it doesn't hurt you. So please do it. If you guys do that, please hit the like and subscribe. But yeah, Apple 707, thanks for being here. Glad to see you. Welcome to the Driver's Lounge. But yeah, there's two Devlins. There's two Taras. One's Devlin, one's Dublin. Just like we have a couple of Tims, we have a couple of who else do we have? Two of. We had two others. Something, but there's two Taras. The two Taras. Yeah, Mad Max, Sexy, S, the three backwards, it was like an E and then X and Y. Jeff Curry, I heard the Cybertrucks have bad problems with rust. Yeah, I've seen some videos where there's rusting issues. It just is an ugly truck, and I think they could have made a truck look more like a truck, like a regular conventional truck, like a Silverado or an F-150 or a Tundra. Those are nice looking trucks. Why couldn't they make that? Tim Farrell, but John, you don't claim to always be right. I don't, and I'm not sure if how what I don't remember what he said exactly when Joe Biden stepped down from said he wasn't going to take the nomination. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and probably Robert proposes. I heard Elon put a brain implant in his rectum and now his butt gets right ideas. That's a funny one, Robert. That is funny. All right, guys. So Tara Taylor says Tara Devlin is brilliant and funny as well as Tara Dublin. Love them both. Yes, they are both awesome and great. So yeah, if you go to Tara Devlin or Liberal Dan or Jetta, these shows, make sure you hit the like and the subscribe and the share button. It really helps, and it's free, and it doesn't take you any time to do it. So I'm sorry, I'm kind of beating a dead horse here or whatever. I'm just repeating myself over and over again. And now look at us, we're at almost 2 hours 42 minutes, 11:46. Now I almost feel like at this point I might as well stay on for another 14 minutes, and then maybe we can do a Trucker John raid over to Randy Rhodes. What do you think, Jolie? Should I do that? Should I continue to yap for another 14 minutes or so, and then we'll just do maybe a trucker convoy over to Randy Rhodes. Give me a thumbs up or something if you guys think I should do that. Robert Propose says yes, but I don't know if that was to what I was just saying. But Surrender Monkey says, Mr. Pepon, I didn't say I never. I'm happier. I did less X than LSD. Drugs aren't bad. Bad people taking drugs is bad. That sounds like a bad grammar. I don't know, because it sounds like a word salad. Robert Pepon, 3 hour stream. Jolie says, let's do it. Okay, I got thumbs up from Jolie. All right, I'm going to yammer on for about another 13 minutes. I guess I could just keep yammering on about how important it is to like, subscribe, and share. And it does help the show. It helps grow the shows. So, do that to my show, do that to Tara's show, to Dan's show, Hal's show, Bros and Brian's show, the Major Ojetta's show. I guess even the Dude show, if you put him in there. Like, subscribe, and share, man. It really is important. It gets the show, gets the channels to grow. And I just feel like it's, I don't know, just trying to get the message out there instead of seeing all of these either faux-gressives, like TYT and Jimmy Dore, and I guess Russell Brand to be a faux-gressive, where they get millions and millions of subscribers and views, and they're putting out a really, I think, a bad message. And then you have the outright, right wingers like Alex Jones and Shapiro and Beck and all them that get millions and millions of clicks and viewers, and they're getting out their skewed, horse shit. And then there's, people like, Hal Sparks, and even Randy Rhoads. I mean, Randy Rhoads, he's been doing this for, the first time I heard Randy Rhoads was in 2004. So that's 20 years ago. And she was doing it, before then, the radio show. But she's been basically doing talk radio, political talk radio for, 20 or 25 or maybe close to 30 years. I don't know. And she has a pretty good following. She might be, between her and Thom Hartmann, they might be the most, and Stephanie Miller, I guess, they might be the most well-known sort of progressive, liberal talk show hosts. But even all of those guys, I guess Stephanie Miller, Randy Rhoads, and Thom Hartmann would probably be the big three, right? The big three in terms of, their national numbers or notoriety or whatever. Those would probably be the big three. If I'm forgetting anyone, let me know, who might be having those type of numbers. But even they don't get the numbers, like I said, like Glenn Beck or Alex Jones or Shapiro. They don't have those type of numbers, and they should. They should have more. They should be bigger, And so it gets a little. It can get discouraging, it can be kind of maddening, I guess. So I guess the thing that I can do in my little way is try to steer people to those platforms, to Stephanie Miller and Randy Rhoads and Thom Hartmann and Hal Sparks. Hal Sparks should be the big four. Hal Sparks should be in there, but he's not there yet. He only has 70,000 subscribers, which is actually, I think, is more than Randy Rhoads on YouTube. I don't know about. I mean, Randy Rhoads used to be on national radio. She used to have shows that were carried across the country. So did Tom. So did Stephanie. Things have changed a little bit. I think their radio presence, their over-the-air radio presence, has shrunk, but they have kept up their internet presence, right? And they have pretty big shows on internet through YouTube and other, Instagram or whatever. But they should be in the millions. They should be right up there with Glenn Beck and Alex Jones and Ben Shapiro, at least. But they're not. So maybe you and I can do a part whenever we come across those shows, making sure we like, subscribe, and share. Get them in the algorithm. I guess that's the thing. I guess that's the message. Is if you really like those shows, you need to support them. And you can do that. I mean, if they have memberships and they have, like here we have memberships and we have super chats and all that stuff, and those are great. And I love whenever someone does that. I appreciate it so much. But the biggest thing is really the liking, the subscribing, and the sharing. That really gets us out in the algorithm. And I'm not sure if people really realize like the importance of getting those numbers up, to combat the Ben Shapiros and Alex Jones and the Glenn Becks. Let's see. William might have said David Pakman. Yeah, well, he has he's really up there. He's over 1 million, right? Maybe going on 2 million. Jay Dickey says, I was on Boston Brian's show as a newbie. Then we all got word about what Joe Biden had decided. Yeah, I was watching that show too. Absolutely, I was watching that show. when Joe Biden made that decision. I remember that day. Jeff Curry says, I like Tom Hartman, but he is like the Bob Ross of politics. Surrender Monkey, Tom Bias. Tom Bias, yes, there's always a mean drunk when a violent asshole drinks and people committing crimes because of drugs. Nope. Assholes getting off their tits and being assholes. Okay, I don't know what that was about. Yeah, and Janelle Walker, BTC has 3 million, and that is amazing. And I like Brian Tyler Cohen, I think his name is. BTC for short, has 3 million, and that is phenomenal, and that is great, and he should be congratulated. And I congratulate all the people who follow him and subscribe to him, and that is amazing. And that is really, really, because I saw that too. I remember I've been watching him, and then I looked down and I saw how many subscribers he has or whatever, and I was like, wow, that is amazing, and he's good, and he deserves it. Taylor says, absolutely agree. TJT is a joke. Way too many so-called progressives may have never really been on our side, just in it for the money. Yeah, I mean, Cenk Uygur was a Republican, which was no secret. I think he said he used to be a Republican, and we can see that Republicanism really kind of shining through. Felicia Williams is here. Says, Hal steered me to you, Chugger John. Oh, thank you, Hal, and thank you, Felicia, for being here. Good to see Felicia, and I've seen you in the chats, and I've seen you commenting on my my videos and stuff. So I want to thank you for that. All that stuff helps when you comment and you like and subscribe. It all really helps, you guys. It really is important. Otherwise, I wouldn't have just spent the last 20 minutes talking about it. But, so J.A. Dickey says Tom Hartman has the episodes where he makes total sense, but you must have the patience to respect him for his insights. Yeah, I mean, I like Tom. But if Hal is on the same time as Tom, I always go to Hal. Let's just put it that way. Hal kind of is my is the one who kind of I'll watch over anybody else first. You know what I mean? Felicia Williams says Stephanie showcased Hal Sparks, although I remember Hal on television. Yeah, Hal's been around. Queer as Folk and Talk Soup. What was the Disney show he did with the kids? Not Inspector Gadget. Well, I forget what it was, but yeah, Hal's been around. Does a lot of stuff. Let's see. J.A. Dickey. I try to watch BTC to the end of his YouTube, so help his algorithm. Yeah, and he's done great. I mean, I remember watching him probably 8 years ago. I think during the first, Trump 2016 campaign, I think it was when I first started seeing Brian Tyler Cohen mainly on Facebook. And now look at him. To tell you, who is BTC? Wow, BTC, Brian Tyler Cohen, I think it is. But he's the guy who always wears like a little gray suit. He has sort of like short, dark hair, suit and tie. Very, very good. He's very, very Brian Tyler Cohen. Yeah. Felicia says you're welcome. Thank you again, and thank you for being here. We're coming up on the top of the hour. By the way, we're just kind of hanging out. We're going to do a Trucker John convoy raid over to Randy Rhodes, and we should probably put Randy's link in there when we get a little closer to 12 o'clock, I guess. If we want to jump over there and do a little Trucker John raid. William Tennessee Brando, yes, that's another good one. He's a good guy. I like Tennessee Brando. Surrender Monkey, depends on what you classify as drugs. Okay, I'm not going to keep talking about drugs. You can, but I'm not. Terry Taylor says Hal was in the first Spider-Man movie. He was in the elevator scene. Yeah, I remember that. Mad Mac, Randy has started, just got an announcement. Yeah, it's 11:57. She actually doesn't come on till 12. I mean, the show is probably up, but they're just probably playing right now. I bet you, I'm not on there, but I bet you it's probably the end audio of Tom Hartman. And then at 12, it'll go in top of the hour stuff, which could be Bradcast or one of those. And then at 12:06, so at 6 past the hour, without fail, Randy Rhodes will come on. It's always at 6 after, just letting you know. Tim Farrell, Flipkowski is a riot. Flipkowski's good. He's good. Felicia Williams, if it wasn't for social media, and a lot of people wouldn't know what is really going on with politics. Republicans, the pandemic issues, the mainstream media failed us when it came to Trump and Republicans. Yeah, it is. The mainstream media has failed us because they went from being news organizations to entertainment organizations, and where they need ratings. If it was just a straight news and news was the focus, they wouldn't give a fuck about ratings. They would just say, we're just going to have some integrity and we're going to report the news with integrity. But it became an entertainment industry where ratings are king. And so they're going to cover things in a way that they think is going to give them more ratings. Unfortunately. I wish it wasn't that way, but I guess it is. Jeff Curry says, I have to go look for old box-style TVs. Son just told me idea for new videos, so off to the thrift stores. Robert Barpon says, love when Hal does Cupcake Head. Yeah, me too. J.A. Dickey says, Hal equal charismatic to the max. Apple 707, the only time I mute Hal is when he says, Wisconsin or something. I don't know what... I don't remember that one. I remember what's the one he does with the one person that we always think looks like Santos. Anyhow, all right, guys. So it's a nooner. It's a nooner right now. Let's see if I could get. Maybe I can get the link to Randy Rhoads. Maybe I'll drop the link real quick here. All right. So right there, that's the link to Randy Rhoads. If you guys want to go over to Randy Rhoads and give me a shout out, we could say it's a Trucker John. Jolie got it in there too. Yeah, thank you, Jolie. We can do a shout out to me. Just let the Randy people know that Trucker John listens to Randy, and a lot of Trucker John's subscribers listen to Randy. And that we love Randy Rhoads too, and just go over there and say this is a Trucker John raid or a Trucker John convoy or something of that nature. Mad Max says we're going to call it Trucker John raid or Trucker John convoy. I know which one. I don't know which one's better. I mean convoy, of course, because it's the trucker theme. But either one will work. I'm not sure if you say Trucker John Convoy, people know what you're talking about. But if you say Trucker John Raid, then they know that we're raiding their chat. So either way, all right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end the show. Thank you so much for hanging out with me until 12:01. We went long, almost 3 hours. And I don't know if I'm going to be on later on today. I probably won't. I think I'm going to deal with the plumbing issues. So I don't think there's going to be a hangout today. Don't think we're going to do it. Maybe tomorrow morning if Hal's not on. Well, so it's to be determined if I'm going to be on tomorrow. And I don't think today, but for sure 11 o'clock a.m. on Saturday. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. You guys are awesome. You guys really are awesome. So hope to see you again. Thanks everyone for being here. And make sure that as you go over to Randy Rhoads and do the raid, that you also stretch. Because you don't want to pull a hamstring. Nope, don't want to do it.